Dwayne Neville and Kevin Ferrugia coming to you back live from Crozier Oval here in Lismore. And as you can see, out on the field here is the ladies open tag representatives for both the Northern Rivers Titans and the Central Coast Roosters. And with that being said, let's give you the tale of the tape between the two teams. First for the Northern Rivers. Loretta Hickling occupies the fullback position, and she's joined in the back line by Tara Freeburn, Daisy Gordon, Sharon Blundell and Michelle Clark. Occupying the halves is Jada Williams and Christina Roberts. Bobby Ann Uke and Abby Beecher, the two Ballina girls, are taking up 2/3 of the front row. They're joined by Tamika Olive. Kalicia Rhodes, Nakoya McLean and Charlene Taylor take up the rest of the scrum. And on the bench we have Miranda Smith, Amanda Gibson, Alyssa Edwards, Elizabeth Ross and Pauline Wagner. What do we need to know about the Central Coast?
Yeah, for the Roosters at fullback you got Brittany Starr, number 2 Emma Frost, 3 Sheena Ball. I've heard she's one to watch, Sheena Ball. Number 4 Courtney Jago, 5 Alicia Wright, 6 Kira Dibb and co-captain, 7 Drew Alexander, 8 Kobe Daly, 9 Jasmine Wolfe, 10 Talia Best, 11 Madeline Jones, 12 Mel Sutton, she's the other co-captain.
Oh!
Big hit.
Big hit there by the Central Coast Roosters. What a way to start this competition.
Yeah, that was Madeline Jones. Wow. Great tackle.
Of course, this is the first season of the open tackle, I dare say. Of course, this also acts as a trial for the country team like the other rest of the competitions.
Charlene Taylor, that was.
And there's a penalty given.
I'll just do the rest of the start lineup for the Roosters. We got at number 13, Ebony Millgate. And on the bench, we got Shorten Burton, 15, Ashley Paletto, 16, Brooke Hurley Peachy, 17 is Imogen Munro, 18 is Casey Griffith, and they're coached by Kenny Smith. And the kick did not find touch.
So we're back in live action now. What a way to start the first game, Kev. That big hit that they can tackle. Exactly.
They're already showing the blokes up.
Of course, I mean I've seen a bit of women's footy over my time, like watching the Gillaroos play. I was out at that World Cup final, and I just thought they absolutely monster. Like you got the likes of Rowan Sims playing amongst it as well, and of course the NRLW coming as well. Of course, I've got to get it in there, Kev. The Broncos are the premiers, so beating the Roosters last year. So
there's only 4 teams in the comp, though, wasn't there?
Yeah, well, we'll still take it.
Yeah.
But how's this game evolved? It's great to see. So this is going to be taken up now by. That was Mel Sutton, the captain. She's actually a player to watch, Mel Sutton.
Yeah, there's more and more girls playing every year.
That's great to see.
The referees this afternoon is we've got Brad Goodwin out in the middle, and touch judges is Josh Larhoven and Kirk Grogan.
And there's going to be a nice run. They made business early, the Central Coast. But they're just going to be brought down the tackle. Now, I'm going to read a bit. So I must point out that what I'm about to read here actually just reflects the ladies' tag competition from last year, but it's still...
It's the closest reflection we have.
Yeah, so it's closest reflection because it's been the first season. So the Northern Rivers team is out there. They played at this ground last year against the Greater Northern Tigers. They went down 22-0. They basically had both teams have basically changed their squads around from completely. So there's only 2 players from this the lady tag squad from last year that's opted to go and play tackle. And there's 6 players represented from both Ballina and Northern United. So, as I said earlier in one of the earlier games, that Northern United are well represented in this squad, which is going to be a bit more of an advantage when it comes to the home crowd support as they play their footy week in and week out. And Christina Roberts, as I mentioned in the earlier game, she's now going to be playing the first season for Northern United this year after playing a couple of seasons for Byron. She scored 7 tries for the Red Devils last year, including a double against Lower Clarence. Of course, the minor major premiers of the team that are also co-tenants of this ground are the Morris brothers, Ramettes, as they know them. They're minor and major premiers. They won 22-4 against the Byron Bay Red Devils in last year's competition. And of course, we've got to make mention too, the Central Coast Roosters, who actually, when they were playing when it was ladies tag, they were the champions of last year, Kev.
Oh, there you go. I did not know that. How are you, Roosters?
So they've had there's only one player in this squad, who I'm going to read out in a sec, that it's still from that squad from last year. But I'm called one of the Central Coast ladies game last year against when they got into that final against the Greater Northern Tigers. They won 30 points to 2. I think it's the only game in the country where it's the country served but didn't involve the Northern Rivers of any kind.
Oh, yep, there's a scrum.
And of course the player to watch it.
I'm already impressed with the ball skills of these girls. The number 3.
One, keep coming back. Get you one back for me.
Daisy Gordon shows that she can
hold
move
for the
well. So the Roosters get the scrum feed here. This is the girl we've been told she can play. She can play this girl,
course,
apparently.
keep an eye out.
Ball, her name is.
Shanae Ball, yeah. And also keep an eye out. The sole survivor of that championship tag squad is playing out there today. Brittany Starr. She plays her footy for Terrigal. She's a 2-time Central Coast League representative. She also represented the CRL version of the Newcastle team.
Yeah, I thought I'd seen her in. I've seen her before, I think, definitely.
She actually plays also for Berkeley Vale Panthers in the open tackle. She scored 4 tries in last year's competition, 2 against North Newcastle, 26 goals. And when she plays the lady tag version, she scored 8 tries and kicked 64 goals for Terrigal, including a double against Woy Woy. So keep an eye out for Brittany Starr.
One thing I will say that I've noticed already in the first 10 minutes, there's a lot more talk going on out in the field than in the men's game.
Of course.
These girls are very supportive of one another.
So
you can definitely hear them.
So a nice driving tackle there by that's Courtney Jago.
Yeah, smothering defence from Jago.
So also for the Northern Rivers, keep an eye out for Abby Beecher. She is also one of the 2 that survived in the ladies tag squad from last year. I've done a few of her games when the NRRL during the final series playing for Ballina. She's so slick on her feet. You can tell she's got absolutely attacking prowess, Abby Beecher. I think she might have now. I'm not saying this. I can't say this for sure, but I think she won the awards at the NRRL awards last year. She won an award for Women's Player of the Year or something. Again, could be wrong, but I think I remember seeing that somewhere. Anyway, so I think that's Brittany Starr with it now.
What's your wingers?
The ball now is that's Alicia Wright.
Alicia Wright, nicely run there by Alicia Wright. You can see there, number 10, Tamika Olive from Kyogle, getting amongst the tackle there. Nice little play there by dummy half. Oh, nicely tackled.
It's been a good start to the Roosters. I think they sort of look to be the better of the side so far, but there's not much in it.
Oh, nicely hit up. That's going to the hands of Courtney Jago once again, but referee didn't like its forward pass. So
yeah, that was Mel Sutton, the number 12. Unfortunately, forward pass, but yeah, she does look like she's going to be hard to tackle. Should be dangerous all afternoon.
There's actually did a bit of research when her name came up when it came to researching this team, Kev. She's actually got a bit of a pedigree herself.
Roosters make the line here and hold it. Keep coming back in for
no relation to John Sutton, the
that's it. Stick.
top game player for the South Sydney.
So she scored 4 tries she plays her footy for Berkeley Vale Panthers. Scored 4 tries in last year's competition, including a double. I think it was against North Newcastle.
I mustn't know what pedigree means. I thought pedigree means like bloodlines. And
pedigree?
No?
The only time I knew a pedigree is when Triple H did his finishing move in the WWE. Back when it was the Attitude Era. That's it. Well, I meant from pedigree.
It's a dog food as well, I think. It might be a dog food.
I don't own a dog, so I wouldn't know.
So chumpy you can carve.
Yeah, but I only ever knew it when he was when Triple H would put the Rock into a finishing manoeuvre.
Just an interesting observation. Not one headgear on the field.
Well, there you go.
You would have thought that the girls would have had headgears, but obviously their hair doesn't fit in their headgear. That might be an invention.
Well,
that might be make a woman's headgear. If anyone wants to take my invention there,
there you go.
Give us a call, and I only need 5%.
Of course,
I've already told you my ideas. So.
Yeah, so it's all over now for Bar TV. It's all over the viewers now. I think they're coming with a prototype now. There, Kev. They've got the blueprint.
But there isn't a single person wearing a headgear. There was at least more than half of the other players have had headgears today.
Of course.
Anyway, the Rivers look like they might be on the attack here.
So that goes through the hands of Melissa. I think that's Melissa Edwards.
She's They're solid.
Now,
Solid runs.
So she plays her footy for Coogin, so they're getting...
Good
I think
little dart.
Coogins just got in... And again, I could be mistaken, but...
That's Abby Beecher. She's
Abby.
from Ballina.
Ballina, yep. I gave a bit of a rap
Must be,
before.
I wonder if it's her father. It could be the
Max
coach.
Beecher, yeah. So, nice run. So, let's see if Northern Rivers can get the opening points in this competition.
Lost in the ruck. Lost in the ruck.
Go through the hands, oh dear. That was a chance gone begging there for the Titans.
Very long hair. I don't think that had anything to do with her losing the ball then, but the Roosters will take it.
So, of course, this also acts as a trial for the country women's team to play at a later date in a, I think it's the National Women's Tackle Tournament. Now...
That's just a drinks break.
Drinks break, that's a little bit
They
early.
only get a 1 minute drinks break. How come the boys get a 2 minute drinks break? It's sexist.
Well, let's put it this way. That seemed a little bit early. No, hang on. Coach is telling the managers there on the sidelines, they're telling no, go back.
They
They could have been the Phantom. No, they're telling the drinks break, stay on the field. Now, you could have been forgiven. That would have been the Phantom siren. That was a little... I think we only had about 5 minutes of footy.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how long they have been going. You see the trainer's trying to figure it out. He's got a good question there. We're all learning as the day goes by. It's a first.
It's it.
Haven't had the girls play before, but I still can't believe that none of them are wearing headgears. But yeah, it's definitely warming up. They deserve their drinks.
Yeah. I'm just looking around where I'm at the Kev. So this is my 6th bottle today.
You're on your 6th bottle of water.
Well, there's 4 there, but I had 2.
It reminds me of that stand-up comedy show Robin Williams did. He started the show.
I can't recall.
There's about 40 bottles of water on the table. By the time he was finished, they were all gone. Very funny man, Robin Williams. He was.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Anyway, they're getting their drinks into them. Bit of a time for a team talk. The Titans are a lot more huddled than the Roosters.
So, as I said, though, it's basically, so there's 18 or 19 players in this squad, and as I said, more like 2/3 of them either are from Ballina or Northern Rivers. So there's a bit of a connection there in that Northern Rivers Titans squad.
Yeah, before when I asked you who had the highest population, I was thinking maybe Ballina. It seems like there's so many Ballina players in this, in all these rep teams.
Well, when you class Ballina, there's also a little place called Lennox Head, which nestles in. So I don't know. Well, it depends how you look at it. If you're looking at it on a geography standpoint, you could. Well, Lennox Head's part of the Ballina Shire, but when you want to, if you were talking from a football sense, Lennox Head's very much Byron because their juniors play. The Lennox Head, Byron Bay, well, they've merged. Lennox Head used to have a junior club, and then they merged with the Byron Bay Red Devils.
Good old Lennox Head. Good defence there from the Titans, up and in their face.
And of course, they're actually playing a completely different. They play in Group 18, Lennox Head, whilst
it's Amanda Gibson again. Amanda Gibson and Melissa Edwards are on. We've also got Elizabeth Ross. She's the number 18 with the long hair. Just walking over to see what's wrong. I think she might have done her ankle here. No, she's up. She's all right.
So it was worth mentioning, though, last week when we were in Grafton, there was actually a trial game between the Northern Rivers and North Coast Bulldogs. And I know there's a few people watching online today that were very keen to see this. They were actually wondering why they didn't see it last week. But yeah, we've got it. We've got it here. We've got the ladies' tackle. We're glad to bring it here for you. Hope this is the beginning of something that can just evolve. I'd like to see the ladies' tackle and ladies' tag get involved as well. So have 2. Lots of ladies.
I've got another observation between the differences between the women's game and the men's game.
Sure.
When a woman comes off injured, she only gets one person help her off, but we had a bloke, he gets 2. It's a bit unfair again.
Anyway, well, but in all seriousness, I hope she's okay.
Yeah, I think she should be fine.
I can't make out the number there, Kev.
I reckon it was a 17.
Melissa Edwards.
Melissa Edwards,
yeah.
I think.
And so she plays for Coogin, so I think this is Coogins' first year.
It's not her.
No.
It's not Melissa.
well, Charlene Taylor from Northern United's coming on to the field in her spots. We'll try. So that's actually Amanda Gibson. Yeah, so Amanda Gibson, number 16. So I was just going to say that, Kev, this is, I think, Coogins' first year playing ladies football of any kind this season in the NRRL.
Yeah, they had a trial last week against the girls.
Yeah.
I mean, the Tweed Coast Raiders.
It's a nice run up the centre. So this is Brittany Starr.
Yeah.
She's brought down in the tackle there, nicely brought down by Daisy Gordon.
Good hands.
This is Kira Gibb, co-captain with Mel Sutton. So that's actually
Madeline Jones.
Madeline Jones.
Yeah. She looks very dangerous down that right side. And gets the penalty. Too high. Sloppy defence.
So there's about Kev, there's about 8 or 9 representatives from the Berkeley Vale Panthers out there today representing the Central Coast Roosters.
That's good to hear. Berkeley Vale, Central Coast, also a lovely part of the world.
It is there. I visited that area about not long ago. Newcastle and Central Coast. Good part of the world. So through the hands, I could see Brittany Starr there on the left.
That's Mel Sutton with the ball at the moment. He just couldn't get it away. Yeah, you're right.
It's going to be passed into Starr. Cross the hands.
She's lost it.
Drossed it, and it's going to go right into the hands of...
Jago couldn't control it, unfortunately. It was passed to her knees. It was a bit low. And we see the girls work it. Titans work it out of there.
Now, I can't quite see what's going on now.
That's the number 18 with the ball.
That's Elizabeth Ross.
Yep. She's been very strong so far in this game.
They've all been
just copped a knee in the head there from Mel Sutton.
I tell you what, they don't hold back.
No, they don't.
Nice cut-out pass.
Finds the hands.
Bit of friendly fire there running into Christina Roberts. That's a big... I'll tell you what, Christina Roberts, she can kick the ball as well, though, Kev. Like, I've seen her both calling and seeing her play live for the Devils. That's going to be a big loss for the Red Devils this year. Big game for the Northern Rivers. Sorry, the Northern United squad. It's a great pickup, so they're going to have a good team this year. So this will be now the 5th and last one now for the Titans. I think that might have been Jada Williams with the kick.
Great take, Starr, and she's off and running.
Brittany Starr.
She's got on the outside of a woman then.
But she's met there by Daisy Gordon. Pretty end-to-end stuff here thus far in this one. If you just joined us, it's still in a law. This is Alice Wright. Alicia Wright.
She's been good this afternoon. You can't go wrong with these dummy half runs at the moment.
So this into the hands of Drew
Alexander. There you go, Mel Sutton.
That's Sutton.
She definitely loves it when the defenders try to take her high. She just bumps them straight off.
Now, there's only a minimum of 2 games in this competition, unless you proceed to the finals, of course. So there's not really much up at, as opposed to I refer to the Andrew Johns and Laurie Daly Cups, where there's 5 games in the round robin, in a round robin competition, where you get to impress to put out for the country jersey. So that's going to be in the back of the minds of not just the girls, but also the under-23's men as well, where you want to have your chance to impress. You don't get a whole lot of time to do that. So that's why you probably see more high, intense football out there, Kev.
Yep, only two games though. It's practically a knockout comp.
Yeah, so it's like
you lose, you're gone nearly.
So so both these teams play next week, but then it goes into the finals.
Penalty here to the Titans. They'll like this. So leading into half time.
So who's going to break first? This has just been really end-to-end stuff.
Still all, isn't it?
Very similar to the game that preceded this one. The kick goes up. It's going to miss me this time, Kev.
That's a brand new fence. There, right in front of us.
Yeah, that fence has been there. It was there last year.
Really? Oh, okay. Was there? Oh, good condition good condition fence. You got the tap here, right on the halfway mark to the Titans.
Good grandstand too.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't see it over this side, but
nice floating with the sideline there.
So that was Courtney Jagger on the tackle.
Rhodes with the ball. Rhodes plays it back for
Beecher. That's Abby Beecher. Williams back to Beecher. Beecher gets it off to the hands of Gordon.
Smothering defence, but she got it away.
And they're defending well, the They're basically keeping the Titans women to play side on as opposed to running straight on.
Both teams are moving the ball well.
There was a play there in front of potential kicker, but that's going to be Gordon.
So someone to go straight forward. She's done well so far. That's Daisy Gordon, the number 3 for the Titans.
This is now Beecher from dummy half into the hands of Williams. Oh, that was a little high for me. And there'll be a bit of protesting on the bench there that she kind of slipped into it, but I think...
Fair call, yes. Yes, that was Brooke Hurley-Peachy that did the tackle. She's just come onto the field.
So it's Jada Williams with the kick.
Williams has had the kick for touch, and it's a big opportunity for the Titans to put the first points on the board.
Yeah, I think Jada Williams, she's used to represent Morris Brothers to memory. So she'll still play at the same ground, just for a different team, Northern United this year, so made a few good pickups.
Yeah, they won the comp last year, didn't they, the Morris Brothers?
Yeah, in the ladies' tag.
Yeah. What was the name, the one that plays for her?
For
Morris Brothers.
That was Jada Williams, I think, there. So she's... Sorry, my correction. I've read a little bit of dyslexia. She still plays for the Morris Brothers. I was looking at one line too many there, Kev.
Still, don't beat yourselves up.
So if you're a Morris Brothers fan, don't stress. She's still lining up for Morris Brothers this year.
This looks like it could be a try here. Don't beat yourself up, Dwayne. I'm dyslexic at the time.
Well, it's been a long day. We're into our 3rd game. Still one more to go.
Yeah, but I'd take it 2, just quietly. If I was the Titans, take it 2. Seriously. Unfortunately, not the case. They're going to go
going
for
the hands of left. Oh, that's...
I think they
so
just
what happened there?
That was a gift. 2
That was
points
a bit of a gift.
Right. Anyway, I'm not coaching today. I've got the microphone in my hand.
So
it's been a few years since I've coached, actually.
Strong run. Nice strong run.
And again.
Who was that, Kev?
Number 18,
and
Casey Griffiths.
Giving away the penalty to Boots.
Casey Griffiths. Just come on, and she's just done that run.
So this is going to be kicked now by...
Kick for touch. That's a better kick for touch than in the under-18s game we saw.
Kobe
Good
Daly.
to see. Yeah, I'm already very impressed with the talent out there this afternoon with the girls. Never seen the girls play tackle before up here.
As I said, the only time I've ever seen it was just when the Gillaroos played, and a couple of other times. But this is good to see it's evolved into the country leagues at least. Maybe, hopefully, one day it can evolve to the club level as well. Perhaps in time.
They're looking like they might get some points on the board here, the Roosters.
So
hands are pretty good.
Oh, well read in defence. Well read in defence out by the Titans.
Yep, that was Williams. She bolted up on Drew Alexander. And she's lost the ball.
Forced the error.
Play the ball.
Nicely forced error there.
About Williams. She's been dangerous to number 6 for the Titans.
She's been so impressive in attacking
Possibly the shortest person on the field. It doesn't really matter though. She's killing it.
Well, she is at home. Jada Williams. This is a...
Oh, she's a Lismore girl.
Yeah, Morris Brothers. That's where I got dyslexic.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I knew she played for the Morris Brothers, but... And still does. So Beach is going to play it. So this will be Jada Williams play from halfback. They've been combining well, Williams and Abby Beecher. They're the 2 that have survived from last year's tag competition. So it's a natural combination.
So they are playing well together. I'm just disappointed they didn't take it 2 before.
Nicely
anyway, you've got to get past that. Strong run there. That's the number 9.
That's Tameka Olive.
That's Pauline Wagner.
That's Beecher.
Number 19.
Nicely brought down the tackle.
Elizabeth Ross.
40 metres inside their own half of the field. Beecher to play from dummy half for the hands of Williams. And a nice run to get it inside the Central Coast half of the field. This will be Beecher. Back of the hands of Williams. Nice pass. Kick goes up. And this would be great Brittany Starr. Bounce wasn't as favourable as she wanted it. Nice run by Brittany Starr.
She looks like she's going to hit the hole every time and get through, but what's happened here? Nothing.
So this is now going to be taken up by Alice Wright. Still 0-0 if you just joined us. The latter half now, the first half of this first women's tackle competition. This is taken up now by Emma Frost, and there's been given away a penalty. Central Coast should have a set of 6 now inside the Northern Rivers half of field.
Yeah, well, this is the big set of 6 for both teams here, leading into half time. No kick for touch.
So this is going to be taken up now by...
Good strong run, wow.
Sorry though, that was Jones.
That was Casey Griffiths. She's been strong.
So play there from dummy half by Burt.
Yeah, that's Sheridan Burton.
Nicely taken up. So about 20 metres, 10, 15 metres out. There's a nice play there. That's Alexander.
It's on the boot. Oh, it's going straight through.
Oh,
well cleaned
done
up.
well to get rid of it.
Well cleaned up. I can't see for sure, but I think that was Michelle Clark from the other side of the field.
Now, to my right there, Kev, I can see there the under-23's representatives for the Central Coast.
Oh, yeah,
they're getting their photos taken.
Roosters
team's photos.
Team photo.
Of course, that's coming up next, following this game here in Crozier Oval here in Lismore. Trust you're enjoying the coverage. It's been a big day of football.
I can't wait to see the 23's play. It's a great age group, 23's.
Yeah, as I said last week, I've already familiarised myself. I've done a couple of games last season. Oh, that
Straight
almost
through the middle.
Gone backwards. Goes through the hands.
Well, we must be very close to half time, and the Roosters are in a great position here. I wonder if they're thinking field goal.
Well, make it 1-0.
Yeah.
The soccer score.
They might score here. Yeah, they're in.
And I think she might have the first try.
I think she's got that. She has.
Can't quite make out the number, but there you go. Honours for the first points scored by the Central Coast Roosters. 4 points to 0.
I think it was Sheridan Burton at number 14. She was dangerous from dummy half. I think she's just taken a run down the blind side and scored herself. Not 100% sure. But due to the fact that she's nowhere to be seen, I'm going to go with the 14 first try scorer. So I don't think they were thinking. Field goal.
I don't know.
14, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But.
So we're just going to confirm the try scorer for you. He was over in that corner, so we basically couldn't really make out the number.
I've got no idea who scored that. Now that I can't even see the number 14 on the field. The main thing is though, that the Roosters are on the board and the game is underway. It's 4-0 with a kick to come.
So Short and Burton, so that just went over the PA here. So it would only be natural that a Burke Pamford representative scored it. As I said, there's 9 of them out there today.
Yeah, it was there. She's on the field. Definitely there.
So she scored 4 tries for a club last year.
Tell you what, I'll be impressed if she gets this.
And it's just shy across the face of goal. So that was right on half time there. So bit of handy momentum now for the Central Coast to score the lone try in that first half. Kev, who did you like out there?
Well, I think of the Roosters, we saw Brittany Starr at fullback, had a great game, and obviously Mel Sutton looks to be quite a handful. But the try scorer, Sheridan Burton, since she got on there, she's very explosive. She's playing in the hooker role, and she gets out and runs well from dummy half. From the Titans, I thought that Elizabeth Ross was probably their best, and Williams, Jada Williams, looking very good, the little 5'8". There's a lot of football left in this game. It's anybody's.
So as the ladies take a break, we're going to do the same here. So it's half time in the ladies tackle competition. It is the Central Coast Roosters 4, Northern Rivers 0. We'll be back with you in just a few moments. Dwayne Neville and Kevin Ferrugia coming to you back live from Crozier Oval here in Lismore. If you just joined us there, it's 4 points to nil, the Central Coast Roosters over the Northern Rivers Titans. Kev, what do both teams need to do to gain momentum in this one?
Well, this game's anybody's. It's 4-0 to the Roosters. So basically, we've seen a lot of physical hits in this, and we've seen a lot of good passing, getting it to the winger. What we haven't seen is enough points scored. We've only seen the one try. So basically, I think the team that scores 2 or 3 tries is half a win. Unfortunately, that's going back. Neither team really looks to be better than the other one. It's going to come right down to the wire.
And a costly penalty early conceded by the Titans. It's not what they want to do early, Kevin, this one.
So the Roosters get the kick for touch, probably down to just before the halfway. We should see them. Try scorer was the number 14. She's the girl with the ball now. And she's been pretty dangerous since getting on the field. Plays in the dummy half role. Don't like to use the word hooker when we're calling the women's game.
Yep, dummy half.
And they've lost the ball. Unfortunately, they're on the first. That's unforgivable, but great defence from the Titans. Looks to be Elizabeth Ross. She's been strong all first half. And they're running in for the scrum, which is something we didn't see once in the boys' game. So the girls are showing them up in a few areas, that's for sure.
As I was making mention, Kev, I think, as I said, there's not really a whole lot of opportunity as far as games go. Like there's a minimum 2 games. They just really want to impress and show some enthusiasm to get that country jersey. As Beach now plays it, gets it into the hands of, well, that's gone into the hands now, I believe that's Miranda Smith. Beach should play it from dummy half. Into the hands of I think that's Rhodes.
Wagner, that is Pauline Wagner, I think number 19. She's been pretty strong.
Into the hands of,
There's Ross.
That's Ross.
She seems to be their go-to girl.
Now, so they're shorter halves too, I believe it's 25-minute halves into.
Williams with the kick, beautiful kick.
So there's not much time for error either, so you'd think 4-0, definitely only a try in it, but if Central Coast score the next one, then they could be going into next week with the more momentum, Kev.
Well, this is great work from the Titans.
And there's another penalty given. Referees deemed that a high shot.
I thought that might have been a bit harsh. But they've got him pinned down in the corner here. They'll get a kick for touch, but to me, the Titans look like they've come out with the best intent. They're just going to stop giving away penalties, and it looks like they might be able to get some points on if they keep them down here.
So the Roosters, they'll have it 30 metres out from their own line. Very tight half in the first opening round of the tackle competition. Being a new competition, so still be fairly new. I know.
Great run.
I mean, for the Central Coast, they have the tackle competition down that way, but for the Rivers, they've only just incepted the ladies' tag a few seasons back.
Casey Griffiths, she's been on fire since she's been on the field.
Nice tackle there. I think that was Christina Roberts. Tamika Olive just wrapped up and put down. I think that was Brittany Starr that got put down there. Oh, nice.
Good work.
Nice little run. They're getting it out to the hands of Madeline Jones. Oh,
yeah, she's a good footballer, Madeline Jones.
Sinead Bell was there wanting it, couldn't get it into her hands. This is Bell with it now, playing it from dummy half. She likes where she's going, but she's not going to quite get there. Fifth and last now.
14.
Just shy of the line. They'll be opening for a cut-out pass, does so.
Score.
And it's looking good for Emma Frost. She found the line, got there, and doubles the lead now for the Central Coast. 8-0.
Yeah, great work to Emma Frost there. She was, as soon as she had that ball in hand, she was always going to score. Got to give a rap to the 14, the first try scorer. Threw the beautiful pass to get it to her. It looks like there's a girl down from the Titans in a bit of pain. Let's hope that she gets up as soon as possible. They probably won't have the goal kick while she's lying there. But yeah, very disappointing for the Titans there. They were looking like they were on the attack down the other end of the field, and a couple of silly penalties, and before you know it, strong run by Casey Griffiths, number 18 for the Roosters. She's been on fire since she's been out there.
And so Emma Frost, she plays her football for Wyong. And for her club last season, she scored 6 tries, including a double against Kincumber. She's also plied a trade like the many girls out there for the Berkeley Vale Panthers.
So the 5'8" for the Roosters is the one of the captains, Kira Dibb. She's the goal kicker. She's been pretty dangerous out there this afternoon. I like the socks that they've got on. They're not your typical Rooster socks.
Yeah, let it be completed, and because usually if they've got 3 in, the first person that's going to get up.
That's an interesting observation there. I don't really ever pay. It's like that movie Shawshank Redemption.
How often do you look at men's shoes?
Men, or in this case, women's shoes.
I'll tell you, there's a fault while we were on Shawshank. I found a fault in that movie. How would he have been able to put the poster back on the wall after he climbed through the tunnel? You know, because he goes through head first.
Very smart.
How does he put that poster back?
Yeah, he goes head. Yeah, well, how
with
can
his feet?
Well,
hey?
You only would have an insider. You'd have to be a 2-man job.
Well, you had 19 years to think about how to do it, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you use a little, pick
to
open up the wall.
Unfortunately, Jada Williams.
It is Jada Williams.
Done something to her
That's
left arm.
Not a good sight.
Or shoulder.
In front of the local hometown faithful here. It's not sights you want to see coming into. Well, and as far as the Lady Tags go, they'll be they're defending their title, so that's going to be a big loss.
Big kick here for Kira Dibb.
So that is Jada Williams? I'm trying to make out the
Yeah,
number.
definitely.
Yep, okay. Not good to see at all.
Oh, wow.
Good kick. Wow. Just shy.
Just shaved the right upright.
So it's now...
She's quite a talent, that 5'8".
So still 8 points to 0. Roosters
Saw
over.
her when she walked into the ground today. I thought, this girl looks like she might have some talent. She just said nearly put it over from near the sideline. Great kick. And the Titans are walking back to kick off. They're just hanging out for drinks break.
I must say, in all fairness, in the lead up to this game, Kev, as I just said about a few minutes ago, this is the first time of any kind for the Titans in the Northern Rivers region where they've played tackle at any level, club or representative level, whilst the Central Coast Roosters, as I said, the Berkeley Vale Panthers, there's 9 of them out there, they've already had the experience and they know what tackle feels like. So the Titans, whilst they're down 8-0, it's not discouraging by any stretch. Actually, the closest thing that I recall during late in the off-season last year, about November, they had a gala day out at Ballina, where basically if any ladies want to rock up and just play, they can just go out and play. So that was tackle. So that was the only experience that they've had, other than, you know, general training and whatnot. So it's still a quite good performance considering.
Good run by Millgate.
So
great little dummy half
for the hands
from Burton. She's looked dangerous too every time with the ball. This Madeline Jones.
I think she's going to get put over the sideline though. Not quite.
Strong Madeline.
So that's
great work there.
Dib, the co-captain.
Just a bit big, the kick.
It's going to be a bit too deep. And I actually think it's even on the full too.
With that.
That was out on the full.
She wasn't happy with that.
Yeah, just saw the linesman there indicating that was actually out on the full. So, though, 20-minute restart now for the Titans.
It's really warming up out here now. We're into the hottest part of the day. I don't feel for the under-23's that are about to come on. I'd say they're probably paying 40-minute halves.
That's correct.
If not 35.
Well, there's a lot of there's a lot of first-grade experience on both teams. For both teams, you got some ex-Holden Cup representatives for both teams. You've got Intrust Super Cup reps, SG Ball, and a swag of NRRL experience out there on show in the next game.
What a tackle.
Nice tackle.
That was from Shorten Burton. I think that tackle in her first try.
That's Beecher.
She's just about got man of the match. She's been outstanding.
Madeline Jones there backs up with another one on Abby Beecher. She's hard to tackle at the best of times, Abby Beecher. So this is Kristen. Kick goes up. Oh, the Brittany Starr makes a rare error. And
yeah, she looked like she had it covered, but she's given the Titans a chance here. Titans need to convert a try to be right in this, and they need to do it off this set of 6. Looks like Jada Williams is back on the field.
Well, there you go.
After coming off.
That's good to see.
Unbelievable.
I thought she might have done a collarbone or a shoulder or something like that. And
maybe we got the wrong girl. I think we probably got the wrong girl.
Either way, I hope she's okay.
Because there's a girl. Yeah.
No, I could see her down there. She's still.
Yeah, there is a girl on the bench.
Can you make that the number though, Kev? I think that looks like a 7.
Anyway, big opportunity here for the Titans. Especially now with the
penalty given.
The penalty. May as well kick for touch.
And nicely kicked. So this will be probably the Titans' best chance of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be getting the ball to Elizabeth Ross, the number 18. Get it deep. She's the one with the long hair there.
So Beecher plays it, gets it into the hands of...
I know, she's tied her hair up. That's there, Pauline Wagner with the ball now.
So they're about 15 out from the line. This will be Beecher to play it, getting into the hands now of Roberts. Sorry, that was Daisy Gordon, I think that was.
Oh, good ball there.
There's Beecher. Knows how to side run, goes left, right and goes left.
They must score here, the Titans. They know it. They're going to the right.
Third phase, 10 metres out.
It's like Jada Williams. No, they've come to the left.
And little dummy half run. Could this be...
No. Yeah, that was Daisy Gordon. She's had a good game this afternoon.
So they're set up for left side. And into the hands of Beecher.
Must score. She's
over the line. Held up.
No, she was over the line, but she couldn't get it down.
Oh, so close.
Oh, the dummy back to the blind side.
Nicely run there by Beecher. And a penalty, so they'll have another set of 6 to get for their first points for the competition.
Great work to the Roosters here. They just keep holding them out through all these sets of 6. They don't really look like scoring, the Titans. They're just going to...
So...
I think they're going to use their hands, get it wide.
Kev, you got a better look at this than I do. So is that Beecher now about to...
There's Beecher with the ball now. And that's the 19, Wagner.
Wagner, yeah. To be honest, I don't think she was expecting the run. She just... she's got it now, though, so you can see now what she can do when she actually gets it and expects it.
That's McLennan, that one.
Roosters defence holding up well, and they've...
No,
he's just told to play on.
Just
Beecher.
told him to play the ball. Yep, Beecher.
Nice wide pass, and that should be called knockback. So it's the 5th and last. Well defended by the Roosters. They got one more to defend.
Beecher from dummy half.
Beecher into the hands. And this could be first points for the Northern Rivers Titans. Looks good. Is good.
Elizabeth Ross. Great work. She's been looking like she might be the one to penetrate the line, and she's got there. Great work from the number 9, Beecher, Abby, to get out of dummy half, and she pretty much made it 4-on-1.
So Elizabeth Ross, she plays her football for Ballina.
The Ballina Seagulls.
The Ballina Seagulls.
Yes, well, big opportunity here to make the score 8 points to 6. It's pretty much next try wins.
It's getting that way, so it'll be interesting.
What I would say, yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how the kick turns out.
Have they had their second half drinks break yet?
Not that I can recall.
I don't think they have. They're having a drinks break now. We see Madeline Jones just come off. She's had a great game, I think. Number 11 for the Roosters.
Yeah, she's been impressive, Madeline Jones. So
it's an important kick.
The kick goes over. It's good for distance.
She's got it. No,
just shy. It. So 8 points to fall. Roosters over Titans.
No, she's gone and picked up the kicking tee. What about that, eh? Jonathan Thurston, it's just such a big influence.
Trust you're enjoying the coverage wherever you may be watching on Bar TV, across the country, Rugby League, Facebook and website. let us know where you're watching all the action from. Big marathon day of footy here. Still one more game to go after this one. We've been holding up so far, Kev.
Yeah, holding up well. We've got a bit of a crowd here. It might not look like there's a big crowd here because the hill on the other side of the ground is closed. Getting the grass to come through there before the season kicks off. But
that
grandstand's
nicely kicked.
packed.
They fall. Oh, just
great work here again from Daisy Gordon. She's been one of their best, the number 3 for the Titans. Solid hit there. Goodness. That was the...
Kev, I think they're going to cry for a penalty here.
I think she's hurt her.
That's your drinks break.
Yeah, there's the drink. That was Kobe Daly, the number 8 then, that came in with the hit. And I don't think she's getting up. That was a nasty hit.
Yeah, well, hopefully she's okay, because that... I couldn't...
Not nasty as in illegal, but yeah, she didn't see it coming, poor Daisy, and I think she might have a sore knee, twisted knee. So this will be the last drinks break of this game. There was only one each half. It's been a lovely afternoon here at Lismore.
Yeah, weather's held. I must say the weather actually has held up well.
Well, it's better this than when it's bucketing down.
Like it was last week in
windy.
Grafton.
I don't like wind. Wind is the worst thing.
Well,
I'll take rain over wind any day.
All right, I can vouch for that. When we were calling in Coffs Harbour last year, we were up on the club. Where is it? The Coffs Harbour clubhouse there.
Oh yes, that's right.
And then we had 50-kilometre winds blowing right at us, and
it was a bit blowy.
I got windburn by the end of it. Face was red as a tomato. So the games are actually in Coffs Harbour today. So I hope whoever's got the assignment down there is
being blown away.
Well, not being blown away.
Sorry.
We don't want them to be blown away. We don't want them to get burnt either. Windburn's the worst. Worse than sunburn.
Really? What about carpet burn?
That's pretty bad too. Or any kind of burn's not good.
Speaking of Grafton and Burns, we hope you're all doing well down there at the Burns unit in Grafton. That's a Mick Malloy joke, not mine. Big fan of Mick Malloy.
So as we get back to the football, as you can see,
this is an extra long drinks break because poor old Daisy Gordon's down on the ground.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I've literally had to pick her up.
Oh dear.
I don't think she's going to be able to put any weight on that leg at all.
That's not good. And with the NRLL season...
Oh yeah, she's just got a bit of weight on it.
We're only 2 weeks away from local competition starting here, so it's not what you want to see if you're watching this game for casino.
One thing I like about Lismore is that the Maris Brothers has a female team. Maris Brothers is generally an all-boys school.
Yeah, well, of course, we refer to Trinity and all that just down the road here, but they're known as the Maris Brothers Ramettes.
They also got Parramatta jerseys. They look like the 1981 Parramatta jerseys.
Is that so? Well, I wasn't even born in 1981, so I can't really vouch for that.
Well, I was only 3. I lived in Broken Hill back then.
I didn't live anywhere. I wasn't around. I was 4 years away.
So we're about to get play back underway. The number 16 for the Titans. Amanda Gibson's just come back on.
So this is now going to be played there by, I think that's Tara Freeburn. Took that hit up. Beecher, she's always been busy from... No, so that's not Abby Beecher. Oh, nicely taken there. That's Kobe Daly, I think, who took that defensive play. And there's a bit of push and shove. Cooler heads prevail. Nice palm. Oh, that's a one-on-one strip. Lovely defensive play. No,
there's the penalty. Yeah,
no, linesman has a different opinion.
From the touch judge.
He's actually said that was stripped.
Great work. That was Grogan, the touch judge, that called that. He was the one who called the last game, so he's Kurt Grogan, up and coming referee. Good to see. I like it when the touch judges intervene.
Well, they certainly. I think everyone today's out in their keep. The referees are backing up as well in the hot sun.
Looks like the number 9 for the Roosters. Jasmine Wolf's about to come back on.
You can see there with the interchange card in hand.
They've all got such fancy hairstyles, haven't they?
I know, they've got good hairdressers.
They do. Mine, it looks like, who's that front rower that plays for Manly, used to play for Marty Tapau, is that his name?
Yeah, yep.
Make sure we just hold on that one.
Yeah.
Just on that one.
Oh, he used to play for West Tigers, now he plays for Manly.
Yeah.
He's plays for New
used
Zealand.
to play for the Tigers, they plays for
Yeah.
Baby two hands.
Martin Tapau, I think it is. These are hairstyles. I wouldn't say it to his face.
No.
As the Roosters go out to the left.
That's
his ball.
Nicely taken up by Sinead. Ball. They get it on the 20-metre line. So it's 8-4, but another try would surely put this one in the books.
There's such heavy collisions. Yeah. That's Bobby Ann Uke.
Oh, Bobby Ann Uke. Another one of those Ballina representatives. That's Star.
They're looking dangerous.
Cut out pass. And
Star.
Can they get something in the corner, the Roosters?
Yep.
Looks good.
Number 5. That's Alicia Wright.
Alicia Wright gets herself on the score sheet and thus now makes it 12 points to 4 for the Roosters.
I think she's pretty much wrapped it up there. Great work to Alicia. She's been strong. A lot of these blonde girls, they look very similar, but they've all been really good. They've played really well. The fullback, the winger, the second rower. They've got similar hairstyles, but they're all, and the number 9 as well.
So 12 points to 4 now, Central Coast over the Northern Rivers Titans. And we've not long to go. And once again, we don't have a clock in front of us here, and so we're just playing with I
reckon there'd only be about 2 or 3 minutes on the clock.
Of course.
But I think they're happy with their estimations. The people at home have the clock.
They've got the graphics there.
They've got the graphics.
They've got the graphics at home, so they don't need to ask to tell them how long to go, in hindsight.
I reckon she's a big chance to get in this. She's proved that she can kick the ball.
So there is a little...
It's not about the distance.
Well, the breeze is coming from the northwest.
Yeah, she'll sort of almost have this at the back. I reckon she's a big chance.
So the wind should...
Go on, Kira. One of the co-captains.
And it's got distance.
Got there.
Looks good, is good. 14-4.
Kira did. Well done. She's been outstanding this afternoon. And that has just wrapped it up because they have an 8-point lead. And this Titans team don't look like they can score twice in the next 2 or 3 minutes.
As I said,
I don't want to be negative, Ned.
Well, football's a funny game, Kev. So I think if we're making predictions, I'm going to make one. I'm going to say short kickoff right here. They've got no choice. Well, it's
I enjoy the short kickoff.
It's actually 10 points now, so yeah. And I could see. There you go. Well, that was sort of short, but long for a short kickoff, if you want to sort of such.
That Alicia Wright again.
Yeah, that's it. The try scorer.
Yeah.
So referees trying to get them back all on side. Yeah, penalty. I saw that all day. That was going to... The referee wasn't impressed with the defensive line from the Titans. They were calling them to get back. I was hearing in my earpiece there, they're telling them to get back on side. And hence why it's the offside penalty.
Hey, those blokes.
Okay, when you're ready, 9. Just get you 17 this one, all the way. 9, stand! All the way, girls. Keep working. Keep working on the left. Left side, mate. Left side. Happy with them now. Yeah, tackle 1.
So nice run up the centre there. That's taken up by Burt.
17, move!
Short and Burt.
Hold. Hold.
So they're still playing.
Here goes Kira. Oh, great
nicely
step.
run there by Kira.
Well done.
Kira Dibb.
Go, Kira.
And that is
well
a captain's run there by Kira Dibb. Co-captain's run. And she's now made this 18 points to 4 for the Central Coast Roosters.
Well, she made that look easy then. Threw the dummy and stepped back inside and took off. Great work. She's looked outstanding. She kicks well. Great work. It's going to be hard to pick man of the match. Woman of the match.
Woman of the match.
Woman of the match.
Lady
Impossible to pick man of the match for this one.
So another change coming on. So this is Loretta Hickling from Byron coming out the field. I think she's just going to be taking out the last few minutes of this game.
So we just heard in the the Laurie Daly Cup, that Parramatta beat Newcastle. Was that the result we heard?
I think that's what a couple of...
Yeah, I think, no, Newcastle. Newcastle beat Parramatta.
Okay.
Yes. And
Normally
last week the Roosters beat Newcastle.
Normally I have the scores on hand, but...
and next week the Roosters play Parramatta.
But with the high intensity of today, it's not the easiest to pick up on today. But anyways...
So if she misses this, I'll do 100 push-ups. And I've never done that in my life.
I'm going to hold you to that.
I reckon she'll clear the back fence, actually. And someone's going to have to climb the fence and go get it off the road.
Kick goes up.
Oh, no.
And...
No, that tree makes us a great Steve Roach. It's a great blocker.
So, as the extras there, 20 points to 4. Roosters over the Titans.
18 points to 4, yes.
So 20 to 4 now.
20 points, yes. Bit sluggish, isn't it? Coming on now, though. We must be getting close to the all over Red Rover stages. Titans will get this kick off. Maybe Roosters play at a set of 6. I reckon that'll be just about it. Really looking forward to this under-23's game.
So the kick goes up.
That's a great kick.
And, that was touched off there by Pauletto.
Wasn't the best option
Pauletto.
there by Ashley Pauletto. It was almost like she was playing a bit of volleyball there. I'm sure she didn't do it on purpose.
So
Doesn't really matter anyway.
So this should be one of the last plays of this opening game of the women's tackle competition.
Promising signs too, I think, for this competition.
Yeah, it's quite impressive. And the Northern Rivers Titans, they can feel good about themselves that this was the first competitive game up in this region as far as tackle's concerned.
I prefer watching the tackle, I must admit.
Yeah. Well,
it's more entertaining.
Hopefully this will be the start of big things to come, not just in this region but the whole country area where this can expand even further. As we take it, that's Miranda Smith.
Yeah, Miranda Smith.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is Beecher. She, for me, has had one of her impressive games.
Yeah, both of the number 9s played well today, and the 14 for the Roosters.
And so this is actually also a good pre-season lead up going into local competitions. Like this time, when the ladies played last year, it was kind of like 4 or 5 weeks into the local competition. So could the consolation try beckon? No, it's going to fall forward. And right on cue on the full-time siren does go. And that's all she wrote for the ladies' tackle opening match day game. Kev, who did you like for...
Well, I'd probably have to say that of the forwards, I'd have to give it a rap for Northern Rivers Titans. I'd give a rap to Elizabeth Ross. I thought she played awesome. And the other number 18 for the Roosters, Casey Griffith, had some great runs. But the number 14, Showden Burton, and Kira Dibb would be my 2 favourites this afternoon. I'll go ahead and give man of the match to the woman of the match to the number 14, Showden Burton. Thought she played well. No, they'll be a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, the Roosters. I think they'll get better every game. Got to give a rap to the fullback as well.
Of course, Brittany Starr.
Yeah,
so that just about does things as far as the women's tackle. So what an opening match day. As you can see there, good sportsmanship as all the ladies from both teams having a big giant huddle. So full time here at Crozier Oval in the women's tackle competition. Central Coast Roosters getting up 20 versus the Northern Rivers Titans 4. Coming up next is the opening match day of the under-23's competition. Will the Northern Rivers Titans be able to go on and replicate their championship form? We'll see you in a few minutes. Dwayne Neville and Kevin Ferrugia coming to you back live from Crozier Oval here in Lismore for the opening match day of the Under-23's competition. As you just saw there, the Central Coast women's team getting up 20 points to 4 over Northern Rivers. The Northern Rivers Titans got up in the first game in the Andrew Johns Cup, and Central Coast won in the Laurie Daly Cup. It's going to be 2 from 2. With that being said, as the teams line up now, they're ready for kickoff. We'll give the tale tape between the two teams. For the Northern Rivers Titans, it is nearly a complete Ballina Seagulls back line, with Reese Riches, Michael Dwayne, Hayden Pratt, Josh Patson and Liam Anderson occupying the back line. The return of Zach Beach, the prodigal son for Ballina, returns in Titans colours and looking to have a big season in the NRRL. He is joined by his soon-to-be, once again, Ballina teammate, Cal Schiefer. In the forwards, we have Lachlan Perrin, and locking down the scrum is Joseph Besgrove with Nicholas Morrissey. Kalani Hansby and Michael Shipp complete the second row, with Cole Kennedy, a recent addition to the Byron Bay Red Devils, locking it at the scrum. As we who do we need to know about the starting 13 for Central Coast?
No, we just saw off the kickoff before I do that. We just saw it. They kicked it pretty high, and unfortunately they couldn't handle it. And the Roosters are on the attack, and now I've been given a penalty, pretty much right in front. Yeah, for the Central Coast Roosters, a fullback we got Lewis Streams. Number 2, Tom Cardy. As we see the big number 10, that's Thomas bait up.
Fast start here, Kev.
White headgear. Yeah, number 3 we got Harry Mulligan. 4 is Lachlan Bell. Number 5 is Tyson Podger. 6 is Connor O'Byrne.
Just to say that, Kev.
The Roosters on the attack here. That's the number 12, Jared Kessler. And in the halfback we have Lachlan Hannigan.
So, sorry Kev, this is our 5th and last. Fast start to this one in the Under-23's. And could they get first points, the Roosters? Yeah, they're liking it. First play of the game, and the Central Coast Roosters make it 4-0.
Yeah, that was the big number 10, Thomas Bait-up, in the white headgear. He's already had 2 head-ups in the first set of 6, and it was a great kickoff. It was kicked really high, and he sort of slipped flat on his back as he went to catch it and made a meal of it. And the Roosters have benefited from that. So at number 8, Matthew Fisk. Number 9, Kai Hopwood. Number 10, as we just saw, Thomas Butler. Number 11, Jacob McCudden. Number 12 is Jared Kessler. 13 is Tane Mann. 14 is Tamati Rehana. Number 15 is Jake Woods. 16 is Matthew Powers. 17 is Shakwai Mitchell. 18 is Kyle McCudden. And they're coached by Jeff Kodionos.
So everything just happened so fast, I didn't have the chance to give a bit of in-depth about the two teams. So last start for the Northern Rivers, it was when they went on to win the championship against Monaro 26-22. They, on the way to that final, they defeated the Greater Northern Tigers 26-14 here at this very ground. And in Sawtell, they defeated North Coast 64-12. And I think that's Lachlan Halligan for the kick. Looks good. So first points for the Central Coast Roosters. They're up 6-0 early in the first half. As I was also about to mention, there's 9 players in this squad still from this NRRL team, the Northern Rivers team. 3 from Wollongbar, 3 from Casino. Of course, the last start for the Central Coast Roosters, they went out in the first round against North Coast, 24-22 in Maxville. The player to watch for me, Kev, for the Northern Rivers. And
strong defence there from Shipp.
He's actually starting his first game in the Under-23's colours. You're keen to see the likes of Josh Patson. He scored 11 tries for the Morris brothers in last year's NRRL competition.
This is going to be a physical game, isn't it? Compared to we've seen under-16s, under-18s, the women's, and now we got the
it's just a whole new
23s. It's just a whole new level.
Whole new level.
But also, we've got on the referees, we've got Nick Martin, touch judges, Callum Harrison, and Cameron Smith is back.
He's back.
Great kick there by the Roosters and good chase. They're in good stead. The captains for the Titans, we've got co-captains, Kalani Hansby and Joseph Besgrove. Just as you were going through where all the players are from, I'm a bit surprised to see the Premiers, the Tweed Coast Raiders, with only one representation.
Kalani Hensby.
He
played in that grand final last year in A grade.
Oh,
that was with a 24-4 win.
He's an absolute workhorse. He rarely leaves the field, and he usually tops the tackle count along with Dan Willoughby. And he does a lot of hit-ups too. So I'm expecting a big performance from Hensby. Yeah, but looking through the Tweed Coast Raiders, the player they've probably missed out on, I think, is Luke Toon.
Yeah, I recall him. He played. So does he qualify?
He's 20. I don't think they were aware that he could qualify. He's 23.
Yeah.
But he's never played a bad game for the Raiders.
So as referee Nick Martin calls time. So just a bit about the try scorer, Thomas Batip.
Try scorer. Let me see, who was it?
Batip, yeah.
As if you were fishing.
Yeah, bait up. So he's a Rimba Magpies represented at under 18s level for the Central Coast. Ex-Terrigal Shark, ex-Gosford Storm. For Terrigal last year, he scored 13 tries in the under 19 squad. So as you can see there, he can score points.
One of these days, someone's dad or uncle's going to come up here and want to put one on my chin because I've had a bit of fun with their surname, but it's all just fun and games. They've got a lot of time to kill.
It's all fun. Well, it's been a long day.
If you can hit my chin from where I'm standing here, you're doing pretty good too.
So just to clarify, he's up on a big scaffold.
I think he's come with a bleeding mouth.
I'm not brave enough to go on that scaffold, so I'm here on the set of stairs next to you. I know I'm clumsy, I'll probably just fall off. But anyways, back to action.
Yeah, just a bit of a blood bin there. I'll tell you who it was as soon as he walks past us. But the Roosters have started this game the right way until then. Until then, they were all offside. Yeah, his big Matthew Fisk has just come from the field. He looks like he's got a bit of blood in the mouth area. Good kick for touch.
Good kick there. So a lot of wealth of experience. I could see Joseph Besgrove out there.
That's great work from the mother there.
And the person he just passed it to, Nathan, if you're watching, this is about to be number 2. So out in to go, Michael Dwayne. He was actually the lead. I know you can tell by the shoe. He's got one black shoe and one orange shoe. I said that in the final series last year when he played for Ballina.
Oh, I remember that, yes. Yeah. Good point.
So he was actually the leading try scorer in the entire competition. 7 tries, including a hat-trick in that final against Monaro.
They're looking dangerous down this left side, the Titans. They go again, get the ball to Kalani.
Nice little pass, and that's Zach Beecher. He's returning home for Ballina. And they've given away a penalty, costly penalty they've conceded by the Titans.
There is a large Ballina contingency in the side, but they've got some good young players.
Well, the entire back line except for Hayden Pratt and Josh Patson. So from 1 to 7 is all Ballina. So 5 out of the 7 Ballina representatives are in back.
Good to see Besgrove in the side too. Yeah. Quite a good player for I mentioned one of their best.
And I mentioned in one of the earlier games, Michael Dwayne, he normally plays lock for Ballina, and he's playing out on the wing today. So
that could have been dangerous. Then he slowed down whilst doing a hit up off the tap. Lucky he picked up his pace.
Blake
Ferguson lookalike has just coughed it up.
So that was Jake Woods there that knocks it on.
That's Jake Woods, sorry. Jake Woods that made the error. He's just with the Roosters jersey. A bit of a Blake Ferguson. He plays for Parramatta this year, Blake Ferguson. We see a Titans feed right on halfway.
So this is going to now be taken by Kel Schiefer. He had Tane Robertson. Tane Robertson was occupying that spot, but I believe he's gone to Q Cup now, Kev.
Yeah, Tane. I got in trouble by him by calling him Tane. Yeah, Tane, he's on the Q Cup and have a crack at that. I reckon he'll go really well. He's only 19 years of age.
So that's Besgrove.
Plenty of pace. Plenty of good kicking skills and passing skills.
And
another
penalty given. Penalty given.
There's no real favourite in this game. We came into this game with no idea who's going to win.
So that's Kyle Kennedy with a run-up. He's playing, now he's ex-home ground because he's now signed up for the Byron Bay Red Devils after spending his whole entire career with the Maris Brothers Rams.
Forward pass. It's not the best time to do a forward pass on your second play. Attacking the line there, but enjoying the breathers. Starting to cool down a bit now. I think we're past the hottest part of the day.
Yeah, well, I've actually gone back in original attire.
He's got his long sleeve shirt on.
Yeah. Look like I'm about to go to a business meeting, but well, certainly wasn't the case before when it was scorching. It's nice, cool.
So that's Kel Sheether. Yeah, it is the halfback. Goes all right, Kel Sheether. Heard that name a few times.
Representative of Ballina, Kel Sheether. So this will be a good prelude to Kel Sheether and Zach Beecher pairing back up together. Of course, Ballina have lost a few players. They're actually heading up to Byron, the likes of Andrew Batiste and Dylan Montgomery. So they're losing numbers. So they'll have the likes of Zach Beecher, who's played up in the Gold Coast and Newcastle, and he's like basically the prodigal son of the Ballina Seagulls. So it's going to be interesting to see how they can pair back up, and they'll need to in a quick way.
Well, Thomas Baitup has just left the field, and he's been replaced by Matthew Powers.
And that beats Reece Riches for all money. He manages to get a hold of it now. Reece Riches, he spent most of his time in centre in last year's campaign.
What's his local club, Bruce?
Ballina. He actually played a bit of junior footy for Byron and Lennox Head. He's only just signed up to Ballina in the last couple of years. I think he played 18s for the Bay.
Of course, Ballina have signed up Jamie Lyon this year, and you think with all these rep players and Jamie Lyon.
Now that's going to be it. Now I mean, it's going to be funny to say this, but I just sort of half forgot about that. So how would that manage with Jamie Lyon being captain coach at Ballina, and you got Zach Beecher and Kel Sheether? So there's going to be.
I think Jamie Lyon outranks. I think he outranks everybody.
Yeah, just safely, but he might be a team player, might play in the centres. Who knows?
I think Jamie Lyon's the best centre 5'8" this century.
The bounce. That was Michael Dwayne going for it. Referee says play on, but I think he's going to be put it.
Take a bow.
No, he's going to call knock on. Wouldn't have counted anyway.
Still Lewis
Michael
Sheens.
Dwayne's protesting. I think it's pretty much irrelevant though, as Hayden Pratt went over the sideline, so it's going to be a knock on either way.
Yeah, look good, Lewis Sheens. He definitely won that battle there between
Michael Dwayne. He just needs to keep it. He's getting a little bit frustrated there. He can be a very passionate player, so just probably need to realise that it was going to be a scrum feed 10 metres out either end, so just fall back in the line and defend.
The wind has all of a sudden just picked up. We might see a few more high kicks.
So that breeze is coming from the northwest.
So that's behind. It's coming from behind the Titans.
Yes.
So the Roosters are running into it. This is a good opportunity for the Titans to keep them down here.
So what the Northern Rivers need to do from here is just slow the play down.
Good tackle.
It's been really fast pace. It's not like that in the first 3 games I caught from the last season. I think, they conceded first try in that final, but otherwise they're not known to concede early tries often. So this is 20 metres out on the halfway line. Sorry, half right in the centre of field. Player's just slowing up just a bit now, and he's going to milk the penalty. He's going to get it too.
Well done, Jake Woods. Got involved. I'm not sure what position Jake Woods is actually playing with the number 15 in his back. I thought he was on the wing, but he's playing like second rower, front rower. So wow.
So player will resume on the halfway line. So this is going to be played now by Lachlan Bell. That's Woods, Jake Woods.
I think he's definitely playing in the forwards.
Going to be now played off by Kai Hopwood. Bit of Intrust Super Cup experience in this Central Coast team, as well as SG Ball, Harry Matthews Cup, which is the more metropolitan-based competition. It's basically the replica of this, but it's in more of the metropolitan region.
Solid defence there from Kennedy.
Nice one by Kyle Kennedy. And this is some good yardage made with the Central Coast Roosters. This is Lachlan Hannigan.
Yeah, the Roosters are playing all over them at the moment.
This is the 4th phase too. They're looking dangerous, the Roosters. Can they double their lead? It looks good on the halfway line. This is 5th and last. Plays the right side of field. And the pass a little bit sloppy, well retained there by the Titans. Let's see what the referee's going to call though.
He's calling a knock on to the Titans. 6 again to the Roosters,
yeah.
I think. I think that's the call.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's exactly what he's called.
Well, the Roosters will appreciate that.
So Titans, the defending champions, are on a little bit on the ropes here, Kev. It's not how they want to start off this campaign. And there's not really much room to get it right either, because they've got one more game after this one. At least.
And who did they play that game against?
Great Northern Tigers. And
the Tigers, excellent.
And that's a proud football area, the Greater Northern region.
So every team in the northern part of this competition is represented by an NRL club.
That's exactly true.
It's just the Monaro Colts.
That's correct. So through the hands, that's going through to Kessler. Jared Kessler from Wyong. And can't quite make it.
I think it might be the centre. Nah. Doesn't matter, he's held up.
So nicely played in defence there by the Titans.
I think it was Kel Sheether that held him up.
Back to the 10 metre. 14 push up.
So
Tackle 2.
this, I dare say, will be the third phase of play.
Go, 2.
Get it off now to Hopwood.
Back inside.
That's Fisk.
Looks good, the number 9.
Fisk can't really make out where I'm.
No, he's just short. Hopwood.
It's in my blind vision there, Kev. So through the hands, this is good attacking play, but well defended there by, that was Josh Patson.
He came in for the shoulder hit, but he got through the fullback.
Known for his attack, Josh Patson, but he can show he can defend just as well. And this will be fifth and last. And oh dear,
Wow,
this is not what the Titans need to do, Kev. They've got him to their fifth tackle, and now they're going to have to do it all over again off another silly penalty.
Yeah, that was Connor O'Byrne, was the Rooster that did great. He pretty much milked that. That was all him. Great work. There's
Play
number
resumes.
11. That's Jacob McCudden with the ball.
Something's actually got to give here. Central Coast is their third or fourth straight set of 6 on their line. Titans as well. And it's
held up.
Yeah, interesting what the referee is going to call here.
Oh, he's held up, but it's really good defence by the Titans, because if they concede a try here, all of a sudden it's 12-0. And they wouldn't be happy with that.
So this is going into the hands of Hannigan.
Great pressure from Kel Sheether.
And that was well played there by the Titans. And there's a little bit of push and shove, bit of afters.
A little bit of push and shove between Sheens and Sheether.
So, to the Titans' credit, despite some repeat sets of 6 given away, they've done well to hold them out nevertheless.
Yeah, well, they've pretty much had all the ball, the Roosters. Only scored the 1 try, and it was straight away. It was in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Trust you enjoying the coverage wherever you may be watching. Let us know what you think of the coverage. Oh, nice, solid hit on the first phase of play by the greatly defended there by the Central Coast.
It was a very strong hit. That was the Jacob McCudden.
So with the likes of Joshua Besgrove and Michael Dwayne.
And again, there's O'Byrne.
They represented country under 23's last year. Went on that tour to Papua New Guinea.
I think you might have heard him here. They were just making good yards out of their off their line then, the Titans.
So I think there might be an interchange here for the Titans. I can't make out the number there, Kev. Can you?
Yeah, I will tell you. I can see the one you're talking about. He just ran on and... Anyway, we'll find out. We'll get it to you. Number 14. It is. It's Wade Riley has just got on the field. Yeah.
From Wollongbar.
Yeah, he's a Murbar boy, isn't he? Does he, what positions he play? He's in the centres, I think. He might have played fullback too.
Yeah, well, the name stands out when we call
their
semi-finals last year. I almost got it mixed up with Wade Kelly.
Yeah. He's a solid unit.
As play resumes. So let's see what the Titans can do from inside their own half of field.
That's a great run by the number 4.
Josh Patson.
Josh Patson.
He's on his own paddock today.
11, don't go early.
Kalani gives it on to...
That was Nicholas Morrissey. Just shy of the halfway line. So 5th and last. They bring this one in field. Kick up there by Zach Beecher. But that's going to go right in the hands of Lewis Sheen. And very costly. And that's Besgrove that's collected the spills.
And it was a great tackle from Sheether.
Last time he represented the Northern Rivers on this ground, he scored 3 tries, and it was on this side of the field too, Kev. I can remember that fondly.
Well, if you recall, about 2 minutes ago, there was a bit of pushing and shoving between Sheether and Sheens, and Sheether just smashed him. So I get a feeling that battle might continue.
All good. So, nice split up the middle. That's going to be Kyle Kennedy. He's looking to impress captain coach Todd Carney for the Devils this year. Besgrove with it, gets it into the hands of, I think that's Zach Beecher. He's been interstate and away for the last 3 or 4 seasons. Through the hands, this is Shiva, Kel Shiva. Nice little step.
Head high.
Head high.
That was right around the throat then. Had to be.
It's now Central Coast are coming to 10-metre line pressure. So this will be Besgrove to play it.
This is a big opportunity for the Titans. They haven't really had one yet.
He's got Kyle Kennedy on his left. He's got Nick Morrissey. It's going into the hands of Kennedy. That's gone into the hands of Beecher.
There's Hensby with the ball.
And it's under Patson in the corner. He's not going to...
Stays in the field of play.
Nicely defended there by the Roosters.
He's held up. I think he got across the line there. He's held up.
So, completion of first phase of play. So this will be taken 10 metres out.
You can tell by the body language, it's very hot out there. Must be getting close to that drink spray.
Yeah. I wonder if these teams got the memo after the Laurie Daly Cup fixture about what it sounds like. Nice cut out, Palace in the corner, looks good!
In there.
I think that's the first points out for the Titans.
It's Patson.
Josh Patson, the player to watch. Scored 11 tries for the Brothers, gets his first one for the Titans on home turf. 6-4.
And that was the drinks break that just sounded then.
Right on the drinks break.
That's good. That's good timing for the drinks break.
Now, I'm looking... Sorry, Kev. Just looking to my left here. And normally I wouldn't... I try my best to promote the other code, but we just had a whole bunch of Sydney Swans players walking up the line here. Yeah, well, there's a trial game. There's actually a trial game next door between Gold Coast and Sydney Swans, and I've just looked over there, and there they were, Swans gear. So,
good old Swannies, eh? Yeah, I'm not sure who I go for in that competition.
Hopefully they see this and they might want to think about changing codes.
Well, you never know. But yeah, there is a lovely AFL field behind us, so they might be playing against the
Gold Coast Suns tomorrow. It's a trial game.
Okay, well, there you go.
So it's not like it's a bunch of supporters that I knew. That was the Swans are in town for.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to make it. Well, it's 6-4 with a kick to come. Got a feeling that the goal kick is the one that might be down. I know Kel Shiva's the goal kicker.
But nevertheless, it's good to see a bit of cross-code support. We want to promote it than not promote it.
I'm going to put that try down to Kel Shiva's tackle on the fullback Sheens. That couldn't have come at a better time for the Titans, and then eventually Patson, he's looked dangerous every time he's had the ball. 11 tries in a season, that's not bad. I'd be happy with that.
I wonder if speaking about that, I wonder if Buddy Franklin's around here today.
Buddy Franklin, Lance
Buddy Franklin.
Yeah.
I think if they're in Lismore, they'd probably be spending the day out of my neck of the woods, in your neck of the woods.
Remember the footy player used to play for Canberra, Dean Lance? Might be a bit before your time. He was a good front rower. It'd be funny if he had a son and he named him Lance. Kel Shiva taking a while to get this kick underway.
Now he's not normally the regular goal kicker for Ballina. That is to Andrew Batiste, but now he's gone to Byron Bay. Might be. Do you reckon he'll be taking the kicks for Ballina this year?
Who, Shiva?
Yes.
Oh, is he going to Byron Bay this year?
No. Andrew Batiste. He was their goal kicker.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was
a lad.
He was good, Batiste. So I didn't mind him.
Of course, Batiste He was
there's a lot of rivalry between Ballina and the Tweed Coast Raiders.
And Byron and
So
Byron and
I find it very
well.
hard giving all these Ballina players raps, but they are good football
Well,
players.
they're Northern Rivers players today, so but of course we're being
that's
impartial.
true. But they've made the grand final, Ballina, every year except for 2016.
That's of course when Moolumbar and Kudgeon played.
Yeah, they've been there every other year.
It's a nice kick there from Shiva. Does it have the accuracy? And
Wow.
it certainly does. So it's levelled up now at 6 apiece.
That was a massive kick for the Titans. So we've had our drinks breaks, and we've just got about, I'd say, 15 to 20 minutes left of this half.
Now, I can see that.
So one thing's for sure, it looks hot out there, and even the referees can't get enough water into them. You think they'd be drinking lemonade with the lemon-coloured shirts they're wearing? Dwayne's just checking up some stats on his phone there at the moment. Going to come out with something really interesting for us to discuss. It's been a long drinks break. The drinks break didn't start until the goal kick was completed. Yeah, so I hope you're enjoying the coverage this afternoon. Only got approximately 1 hour of football left. The crowd is still here, yet slowly diminishing. And I'm sure that who's here now will hang around for the remainder of the afternoon as we see the fireys go past. Oh, no,
that's police
rescue.
Police rescue.
Don't see the police rescue truck out much. So I hope everyone's all right, Lismore.
So this will be now restarted. Titans starting to find their groove after a shaky 10 minutes, first 10 minutes of the game.
He's got a really good kick on him.
That was a really nice solid run there in the attack for the Titans. So that was Lachlan Perrin. He's also playing on home turf today, representing the Martins Brothers. And there's
Penalty Titans.
So
they're offside.
So the Roosters are sort of just
lost their way.
Losing their edge just a wee bit.
Well, they were never really in front by that much. Only by one try, really, but apart from that, both teams look pretty even.
So this is
nice. Big number 14, Wade Riley. So there's Joe bleeding. His
Moolumbar teammate gets into the hands of Perrin, one of the 9 survivors from this championship winning squad from last season. That goes now into the hands of Beach, into the hands of Riches, his Ballina teammate. So the wind's picking up a bit here, though, 20 metres out, about 10 inside field. That's now going to be taken there by Zach Beecher. Goes himself, just shy of the line, Zach Beecher. And gets
the penalty.
The Roosters give away another penalty.
Well, he earned the right for a quick play of the ball there, and the Roosters fella just wouldn't give it to him, so they're going in here again, the Titans, I reckon.
So that's Morrissey from just down the road in Casino Cougars. Besgrove into the hands of...
screaming for the ball out here. That's going back.
No, that was Kel Shiva.
No, he's called it forward. Knock on.
Knock on.
Knock on, Central Coast feed. Well, a missed opportunity there for the Titans. But yeah, this is anyone's, that's for sure. It's 6 apiece. What we saw in what we've seen in most of the games today, in the second half after the drinks break, one team will just run away with it. It'll be close up until that point. That's pretty much been the story. Apart from the 50-0 flogging we saw in the Andrew Johns Cup. 52-0 flogging it was.
Yeah, 52-0. And there's
well done.
Silly error there by the
Titans will appreciate
the Roosters.
That. Tom Carty, just a bit of a brain explosion. Just dropped it. Dwayne's doing some back stretches over there.
It's been a long off season. As I said last week, I basically didn't leave the osteo table last weekend. I've been standing up for 4.5 to 6 hours. So
yes, I prefer to stand.
And it might have had something to do about a certain concert I was at on Thursday night.
You do like the concerts, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Good run there by the number 3, Hayden Pratt. Yeah, Hayden Pratt. Obviously, I'd say that's his little brother that plays Simon Pratt.
So that goes into the hands of, that's Nicholas Morrissey.
They must score here, the Titans. I'll go left.
They're looking
Get the
good.
ball
There's
in
a
Hensby's hands.
Besgrove into the
There
hands of
goes.
Beecher.
That's Kalani.
Kalani Hensby.
On that left side of the
Someone you would be familiar with.
Yep.
That's Kyle Kennedy. I can rest assured next time he plays in Lismore, he probably won't be getting as good response. Here's that look.
Got a ball.
No, that was forward.
Wow.
Forward pass.
That was the fast forward. Called forward.
The crowd here don't like it, but
Yeah, I think it's fair call.
Fair call.
Zach Beecher, though. I thought it looked like a good ball.
So I was going to say,
So that would be his sister, I think, that played.
who was that?
That was Beecher, Zach Beecher.
Oh, could do, yeah.
Have to be his sister. And his brother's the coach.
Yes. You mean his dad?
No, his dad. So his
That was
dad's
coach,
the yeah, Max Beecher.
So
Good footballing family.
it is, and there's a few of them around the Ballina area too. But I was just going to say, just send Kyle Kennedy now going up to Byron Bay. I wonder what the reception he's going to get, because Byron also do have a bit of a rivalry with Marist.
Yeah.
Next time they play here, I wonder what the reception he'll get.
Byron Bay will have a strong first grade side. Marist seems to always go good in reserve grade. So if he's in first grade, I
They're
think.
getting a few players back too, Marist. I know
Are
that. Yeah, well, I know Darren Butcher, who had a season at Byron last year. He was basically part and parcel of Marist, and previous years has decided to go back too. So,
Right.
and so Kyle Kennedy, I think his brother too. He's coming into the Devils system as well.
Red Devils.
So of course that's 2 weeks away. Kick goes across field, be greeted by Reece Richards. It's beast with Reece Richards for pace.
It was a nightmare of a bounce.
And now look at this. Here's Michael Dwayne.
Wow,
You would have
good
thought
hit.
he'd been playing for Ballina with that kind of run. As I mentioned, he is a lock forward.
No, he's locking in there. Stop locking him in there. Go one.
They were all offside then.
Oh, that looked a little tad high. Referee says to play on. So
Yeah,
it's
I was-
20 metres out.
Holding in the middle. Go. Hold on, no hurry.
The crowd aren't happy with the referees. He's finally
There's
given it to
another
them.
penalty.
They were offside about three plays in a row, and the markers
Sorry,
also
Kev, I wonder what the penalty
What?
count is in favour of the Titans. It's
in this particular game.
yes.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a penalty blown which was untowards. That makes sense. Quite often I use words which I'm not 100% sure what they mean.
Forward you out.
Well, I always say, Kev, that maths was my strongest suit.
Yeah, me too.
I think
Fighting.
I just annoyed the teachers in English.
Although I'm good at reading contour maps and geography, I was always good at
16 off the ball.
the maps anyway.
So
Let's
as we
see
come,
the Titans go in for a try here. Besgrove
nicely played by Bresgrove.
gets it onto
Kennedy.
Kennedy. He's been strong, Kennedy.
He's held back on the 20 metres from the Titans line. So it's 6-all if you just joined us. Nice tight contest, but Titans seem to be on the upper foot, on the front foot. So that was Nicholas Morrissey. Yeah, you can see now, you probably can't see on the screen, but it's a deep side, right side play. They want to get through as many sets of hands as they can. That's Richards. He has, I think that was Patson on his right side. Well, that's sorry, Hayden Pratt. He was protesting why it wasn't coming to him.
Had to be.
And here's another penalty for the Titans.
It was nearly a dead set head high.
This is what's keeping them out of this game. The Roosters, just too many penalties in attacking position.
Besgrove onto Riley.
Nice run there by Riley.
Jeez, he's almost over the line there.
Now, let's see what Joe Besgrove does from this position. He knows how to slip it through from his own position. That's Beecher.
Okay, come there.
He's taken about 4 or 5 players to bring him to ground on the second phase. And another penalty. If the Roosters aren't careful, they're going to be down to 12 men if they can't keep
The
the
penalty
discipline.
count, I reckon they're in the double figures by now.
The referee's not going to, I dare say, he's not going to take much of this for too much longer. This is Morrissey.
I would have almost thought about going for the kick then.
As I said, there's a couple of changes there for the Roosters. I think, and nice run up.
The 11.
I think he's over.
I think he's in.
Looks good.
It's Kalani.
Kalani Hensby, Tweed Coast Grand Final winner from last year in the NRRL.
Just, we can go ahead and call him a Tweed Coast Raider legend. he's one of the most favourite sons down there.
And you would know better than anyone else. So it's 10 points to 6. Titans are in front for the first time in this game.
Great to see. Yeah, one of the co-captains crossing the line there to put his team in front. You little beauty.
And I can recall from that grand final last year, he had the game of a lifetime. I remember calling it. He was just so solid. I mean, and I know how strong the Tweed Coast team are in defence. It's almost just about impossible to score. I don't think they conceded a double score or double point. Well, less than they didn't let him more than 10 points. I think all seeded in one game. I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, he's. I've never seen him wear any other jersey but 11 or 12. So that just goes to show you he's pretty good.
He'll be looking to make
workhorse.
He'll be looking to make big things happen this season for Tweed.
Well, they'll be looking to go back to back, no doubt.
Well,
I think the Jamie Lyon X factor is going to prove to be a bit of a mountain to climb, and also looking forward to seeing your mate Todd Carney and see how he goes.
Well,
he's currently having a book written about him, Todd Carney.
Yeah, that's interesting. So
that would make for an interesting read.
We'll see how he goes in the first couple of weeks in NRLL. I know they've got a trial match today against Wingham, so of course he's got to get through that. Oh, and it just hits the post. So 10 points to 6.
Well, the experience that they'll bring just coming from the NRL and the English Super League and all that, it's worth weight in gold. We saw what Brent Kite did with the with the Raiders last year.
As coach,
he wasn't even playing. But
it can definitely have quite an influence. I mean, they've certainly, the Red Devils have certainly brought in a lot of players with them this season, so they want to either play or against the man. Same deal for the Seagulls, as we're back live in this one. Nicely tackled there by Matthew Powers. He plays his footy for Wyong.
Good take by Sheether off the kickoff as well. Now,
what Central Coast need to do now is, they need to tidy up their discipline for one. I don't know how many sets of 6 they gifted for Northern Rivers to eventually score. So this is Riley. Third phase, just shy of the halfway line. Kyle Kennedy. He's brought down. So 5th and last, 40 metres out from the try line. Besgrove. And that will be Riley to send it up.
That will be a hard one to catch.
Sheen does well to catch it.
Well done, Sheens. Brought down by his best mate, Cal Sheether.
With a catch like that, he might get a gig playing tomorrow for the Swans. Good catch. I think his club side will have other ideas, and now that's going to be a penalty out. Here's one given for the Roosters.
Yeah, this will give them a shot just before half time to maybe get down the other end and put some points on.
Now it's good
level
kick,
it up.
just shy of the halfway line.
But yeah, the Roosters, they'll want to put some points on here before half time, level it back up.
And so this Central Coast team you see out there, nicely bulldozing run to get inside the Titans half a field. So this is now going to be Jake Wood.
He's back on. He had an impressive start to the game. Woods.
So 30 metres out. This is going to be played dummy half by Kai Hypewood. They're taking now third phase of play, 25 metres out from the line. This is now going to be taken up by the try scorer, Thomas Bateup. Fourth phase. And Roosters, this is their first proper attacking play in the centre 6. This has been looking impressive play. This is their first proper attack for a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, and they look like it might go in here.
And they've got numbers on the right side.
The fullback
off the kick. Reece Richards.
6 again. This will be 6 again.
Yeah, Reece Richards. It was a hard kick. It was a hard kick to defuse. If he had his time again, he probably would have just maybe kicked it over. But he had to go for it.
He saved the try. That's your ultimate goal in that situation. But it's going to be a line dropout.
Well, no, same result nevertheless. So I thought he might have knocked it on into the field of play, which would have resulted, which resulted in a 10-metre scrum. But second best outcome for the Titans. As the kick goes up, that kick was a bit shaky. And they're probably going to gift them a try. That's Lachlan Bell. That's the Christmas present. Wrap it up and put on the bow. They've basically handed Lachlan Bell the keys to the city of Lismore and gets them back into this game of 10-all.
Yeah, well, that line dropout reminds me of when I play golf, and I haven't played golf for a while. going to tee off and it goes about 3 metres.
That was a brain fade for the Titans. Oh dear.
I dare say that he won't have another line drop out.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who kicked that.
Oh, well, we won't rub it in whoever.
Well,
it was,
whoever it was, I don't think they want to have it on the highlight reel. But no doubt that's going to be on Bar TV's highlight reel. So hopefully he's not having to look at it at any time soon.
But still,
it happens. That's football. Bell. As Al Pacino once said in a certain movie, that's football.
Full credit to Lachlan Bell, though. He still had 2 players to beat. But yeah, that's a nightmare of a line drop out. This kick will put them in front, 12 points to 10. I'm not really sure if they've been the better side.
No, I
don't think either team really has.
You get, and again, I'm probably using a bit of boxing terminology, but you give if you're talking about, you give the first 2 rounds or first earlier of the rounds to Central Coast, and then it seems like the Titans found their groove, and that was certainly the case until that little brave fade. Now they'll let the Roosters back into it, and it should nearly be half time too, so they don't want to give away momentum as well.
No, that's exactly right. Nothing hurts more than a try just before half time, but full credit to them, they deserved it. I mean, if I was going to pick him out of the match so far, I'd probably give it to Kel Sheether.
Yeah, he's on the
losing team. Oh, that's assuming that he gets this kick. He's missed it. So it'll be 10-all.
So Lachlan Bell, he's a 2-time under-23's representative, this being his second campaign. He's also represented the Central Coast and under-18s level as well. Plays his football for Tarragol, scored 7 tries for the club at last season. He's also represented at SG ball level. And he's a Gosford Storm junior as well. And you mentioned before about Kalani Hensby, Kev, and for me, he's one of the most impressive forwards out there today, and there's a lot of good forwards out there.
Yeah, he always. I've never seen him play a bad game. But I'll give a rap to Kennedy. He's having a good game as well, and the number 10.
So yeah, Kalani Hensby, this is his third under-23's campaign.
Nicholas Morrissey, he's been good.
Represented Group 18 at 15s and 16s level, and that's in his 16 campaigns. He's got 1 try to his tally.
Cahill Delapicca's on the field now too, the number 15 for the Titans.
And I was wondering too, because I saw him score a few tries, Kalani Hensby, 9 tries last year for the Tweed Coast. 2 against Northern United.
That's quite impressive.
He's an ex-Blamble Jet and Coogin Hornet as well. Played in when it was the Tweed, Gold Coast Tweed competition pre-NRL.
Yeah, most of the Tweed Coast Raiders have played for the Blamble Jets because there was, they didn't have a team 2015 and prior to that for about 5 years, maybe 4. And yeah, we've got to get close to half time here. So if I'm a Titans, I'd do it. This is a perfect opportunity for a chip and chase. Tell your outside backs to just bolt.
So they want to redeem themselves off that little brain fade. At least see if they can get some momentum and take in a half-time lead, if nothing else. So was that Besgrove?
He's a good number 9, Besgrove.
Yeah, last time.
Begging for a penalty. There's Kennedy again.
Nice run by Kennedy.
You go for the field goal here or what?
Sure, why not? On the third play.
I think there's a big chance.
No, I think they're going to decide to run it, but they know that 1 point's not going to be enough.
Kalani could just about muscle his way over here again, I think.
So this is the fourth phase.
Come this way.
Oh, bowling run. That was Blake Davis from Kai Oval. There's the 5th and last. Deep side. They're on the deep side. This is Shiva. Crossfield. There's Michael Dwayne. Just too deep. He normally plucks those and score himself, Michael Dwayne.
Yeah, you needed the giraffe on the wing for that one. Unfortunately, it was way too high.
So how many times have I quoted his name today? Michael Dwayne.
Oh, yes.
It would have been 20, if not more there. So I think, Crossy, if you're watching, I think you win, my friend. So Central Coast should have the last set of 6 in this portion of the game. Titans will they're looking a little bit offside for me on the right side.
Geez, he's been good ever since he got out there. That's Kyle McCudden.
So that was Kyle McCudden. Oh,
good hit.
Nice, solid hit. to the crowd's approval. Well defended there by the Titans in defence. So yeah, this is going to be Lachlan Hannigan. This is Riches.
Oh, this is the last set.
Surely this is going to be it. But as I said, forgive us, we don't have a clock here, so you people at home would probably have a better idea than what we do.
Besgrove.
That's Michael Dwayne play. He's shifted up from winger to lock.
Okay, that's Dwayne there.
As I said, one orange boot, one black boot. That's Della Picker from Coogin. Thought I recognised him too. He played in the semi-finals last year for Coogin.
There we go. Do you take the 2?
So, at 10 all, no, they must realise that they need to make the most of the opportunities.
We are any second from half time here. 10 points all, and Titans are on the attack.
So let's see what they can do. I thought that was going to go to Picker then, but that's going to Hayden Pratt.
He looks like he has to score a try today, Hayden Pratt.
So this is Besgrove into the hands of Kennedy. Kyle Kennedy.
Been solid. Good tackle,
so close to the line, Kyle Kennedy. Good run on the second phase. So Besgrove into the hands of, I think that's the Picker.
It's Riley.
Della Picker.
He's held up.
Just held up.
Wade Riley's been held up.
Tackle 3.
And
Right, guys, it's tackle 3. Waiting. Push up, 11 and marker. Corner on the line. Corner.
so as play resumes, this will be the third phase of play.
Wait, guys.
I'd like to see Michael Dwayne maybe come in and play lock from this position. Kev, he's just thinks if he can, because he knows how to split up the middle. I recall in the grand final qualifiers last year when he scored that early try. You might even remember it yourself when he scored just off Andrew. I think it was off of Andrew Batiste pass.
Yep.
And just carved it right
That Tweed Coast, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're doing that against a Tweed Coast squad, you know you got special press and attack. That's Beecher into the hands of his Ballina teammate.
Oh, he's lost it.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
No, and he's given away a penalty as well.
He hasn't given away a penalty.
Reece Riches is, he's been a
offside.
bit unsturdy with the hands, Reece Riches.
So what that penalty is for is the fullback lost it, and Della Pickers picked it up. Unfortunately, he was offside.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's been a little bit shaky in attack. Reece Riches, I'd like to see him maybe play in the centres. Sorry, in the set. Well, you did play centres in last year's competition.
Okay. Maybe they don't have another fullback.
Well, if you're the defending champs, you'd want to hope so.
Yeah, well, what position? Tame would have played halfback.
No, he played
year.
halfback.
So who was their fullback?
But no, but there's some good young fullbacks coming up from the Andrew Johns Laurie Daly Cup. I think Ethan Kane stands to mind for Coogin.
Oh yeah,
he can play a variety of positions, and
he was in the Laurie Daly Cup though. I think.
of course.
Yeah.
So he might get a run next year.
Liam
Cusac's another one that comes to mind. Again, winger / fullback, both from Coogin.
Just like to apologise for saying that was going to be the last set of six before half time.
Here we go. Oh, hang on, might have been a Titans play taken in back play.
About 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll just. But it must be close till half time. This is Riches now. And
that penalty? Oh, wow.
Another penalty
They'll take
conceded.
the 2. I'll be very
you've got to
have
take
to
the
take 2.
Got to take the 2 from here, surely.
Do you take the 2?
Let's see.
No. Coach wants try.
No,
Coach wants try.
Well, the way they've been playing an attack,
You'd back him to score.
Smart, yeah.
I'd give it straight back to this number 4 that scored the last try.
So it goes through the hands. That's Kyle McCudden. Plays his football for the Entrance Tigers.
If they can get it to Lachlan Bell, he's in again, I reckon.
This is Hopwood from dummy half. Kick across field. And,
there's Bell. No.
That looked a little bit shaky there for me, but
there's knock on. They've called it. No, he's grounded it. Line drop out. Yeah, you're right.
I thought he was about to drop it in the hands. Once again, give Lachlan Bell 2 Christmas presents. And another set of keys to Lismore.
Tell you what, they've got a massive church. Did you see the size of the church when you were driving through town?
I've driven through it many a times.
Goodness me. Huge. And I was in Adelaide recently.
Yeah, I was in Adelaide on the
3 minutes. They must be 40-minute halves.
Yeah, no,
They just said there's 3
they are
minutes to
indeed,
go.
they are indeed 40-minute halves.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah. So as play resumes, can the
McCudden.
Central Coast take some momentum? That is, in fact,
Oh,
Kyle McCudden.
yeah, I think he's just hurt the number 3.
So you think a try and momentum, and then you'd think Roosters would be favourites to go on with it in the second half if that's the case. But the Titans are defending well at this point. Just as I say that, there's a nice line break. And look, what's he called? No,
It's gone forward.
Yeah.
They went forward. Yeah,
He's called that forward.
I'm not sure why he played the advantage there. He couldn't let that play on. That's fair enough. I just don't know why he didn't call it straight away. Anyway, there's been a lot of opportunities in this game. We've only seen 4 tries so far. So I reckon this is anybody's, and especially that last quarter after the second drinks break. Anyone can win it after that.
We've said it at numerous points in the last 10 minutes, but you'd think this will be the last attacking play. And that's what the Titans can do from their own.
Even the ground manager's blowing up now about the time.
Time's getting ahead of us. This is Michael Dwayne playing up the centre of field. And can't bring him down. He's going to be greeted there by Matthew Fisk. This is Besgrove into the hands of,
good work,
I think that was Blake Davies. Besgrove. Kennedy. Well played by the Titans to get it inside the Central Coast half of field. And this will be the last play. We can confirm that now. DePicker with a kick. And this should be cleaned up by the Roosters. And that's going to be all in the books now for the first half of the opening game of the under-23s. Who did you like there, Kev?
Oh, I like the siren then. I think that was the longest first half of football I've seen in my life. No, I liked, obviously, the forwards. Kalani's been going well. Who else have we seen? Kennedy, Kalani, Hensby. Joseph Besgrove always goes well. I thought Nicholas Morrissey's been well. That's for the Titans. For the Roosters, bait up. He come out hard, but Lachlan Bell's probably been one of their greats, and got to give it back to Kel Sheether. Kel Sheether's probably my man of the match so far.
So that is the first half in the books here. It is 10-all between the Northern Rivers Titans and the Central Coast Roosters. We'll be back with you for the second half of action very shortly. Dwayne Neville and Kevin Ferrugia back live here at Crozier Oval here in Lismore for the last half of what I can safely say is a marathon day of football. About 6 hours. So, but it's been quite the day out here in Lismore. If you just joined us, it's 10 apiece in the under 23's as we now get started for the second half. So what it needs to change for both teams, and on
he's
top
just
of that,
kicked it out in the field.
yeah, I was going to say, well, they've got to handle their attacking disciplines better, but
That's the worst possible start you could have asked for. I know you say it's been a long day, but we're in probably for the best half that we will see all day. It's 10 all, under 23's. There's a lot of good footballers out there. And, yeah, the penalty count has been massive in favour of Titans. So their discipline's been poor, the Roosters.
so this is now going to be
Good
taken
hit,
up by
Kalani
Jacob
on his
McCartan.
opposite number.
So he's held there on the 30 metres out from the Titans line. This is now going to be passed off there by McCartan. Look at Joshua Besgrove in defence. He's just brings him
He's a
into the
workhorse,
zone.
Besgrove.
He's an absolute workhorse. No, he was also was captain for the country under 23s last year as well. That I can recall. So the third
They're
phase.
looking really good here, the Roosters.
This is a strong start here for the Roosters, and there's a penalty.
They're all offside.
And there's the pats at the back. The Roosters know that they're in good field position to take the lead here.
They are in good field position, but as we've seen today, that doesn't seem to count for anything. Woods has been strong. Just fell on his knees there before he got tackled.
So this is Hopwood to play from dummy half. Gets it into the hands of McCartan. Gets it into the other hands of Hannigan, the halfback.
Sheila was all over him there, up in his face in defence.
He plays for his football for the Wyangaroos.
Oh, good
Slamming tackle into the ground. So Titans are going to make him work for this try if they eventually do get there. This is McCartan. Kyle McCartan. Oh, he might go himself here, McCartan.
He gets through a lot of work, McCartan, for a bigger man.
Needed a swagger personnel to get him down. Jeans. Kick across field, and it's a try for the Roosters.
Yeah, number 11 there that scored, Jacob McCartan. Beautiful kick put through, and the winger was nowhere there.
So just as that try's been scored, we just had a member of the Central Coast team.
Number 11.
It was Shaq Mitchell, who was actually number 18, not Kyle McCartan. So apologies, everybody. Yeah.
So everyone at home saying,
I was looking at that thinking, what's going on? Because
He's actually standing right here
there's
on
a
my right
McCartan
shoulder.
also in the halves.
All I can say, it's been a long day. 5 hours.
So the number 18 there is Shaquai Mitchell.
Shaquai Mitchell.
And he's been on fire.
And yes, he is the brother of Latrell Mitchell, we've just been told too.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, Ingham.
Yeah, he's just been...
He's the brother of Latrell
I
Mitchell,
thought
eh?
when I was doing the research, he was played his junior footy out at Taree, and that's where Latrell's from, so you can put two and two together, I suppose. But
Oh, it's a pretty common name. You've done well to put two and two together. I wouldn't have thought that for a second.
okay, so
He's a dead set gun, isn't he, Latrell Mitchell? He's going to be the best centre in the competition at the moment, I think.
this is Lachlan Hannigan to add the extras.
Straight
Kicks
into
it
the back drop.
nicely. 16-10. The Roosters are over the Northern Rivers Titans.
Well, this is still anyone's game. I wouldn't write off the Titans here for a second. I don't think the winner of this game will be decided until after the drinks break.
You love that drinks break, don't you?
Oh, man, I can't wait for them to... I don't think they won't have it in the semis, surely.
Well, I know Armidale inland gets really hot, so it just really depends on what the weather's like there. Well, I'm only speaking for the Titans, of course, but
Yep.
I think... I'm not sure the Central Coast we've got next week, but... I think I heard someone saying they've got... I think they've got Monaro. I think they're crossing that, but look, could be wrong.
Monaro.
Referee's going to tell them to...
Go back and play the ball, you silly boy. He's given it 6 again, actually.
Yeah, so it must have been a hand in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, Northern Rivers Titans, despite as close as it was when they played Monaro last year in that final, they seem to be in control at this point of the game. So that to have to play from 6 points down.
Oh, this is that was a beautiful kick. The Roosters got a lot of positivity from that, but a lot of work in this. The Titans can get back into it, no doubt about it. A lot of football left. And he's having a spell after Shaq Mitchell. He's just come off.
So this is now going to be played by Wade Riley.
Plenty of buttocks slapping going on out there.
Referee Nick Martin didn't like something there. You'll tell him to replay it.
Yeah, it's been a long scrum this run, but here we go. Out to the back line.
So that was a nice little run. I think that was
Michael Shipp.
Michael Shipp.
Yeah. Just got back on there.
That's Kel Delapicca. Kale Delapicca, sorry. This is Hayden Pratt. Now, I don't think he played in the centres last year in Yasu's campaign. I think he might have played in the forwards.
Is that Pratt?
Yes.
I reckon it's his little brother that plays in the...
Well, Simon Pratt from Casino.
Yeah. It's amazing how many brothers are in these squads.
It's
been good this afternoon, Kennedy.
Yeah, Cole Kennedy. If Byron didn't have that trial game, I'd say that Todd Carney might be watching this to see how he's pulling it. He's been one of the big off-season signings. They've got that Dylan Montgomery and Dan Gibson from Ballina as well as Andrew Batiste. So,
yeah, that's. When you get a big signing like Todd Carney, you'd expect a few people to go over and want to play with
him. And it's not just that; they're getting a few. I think rumour has there's a few players coming out of retirement too. Want to playing against him?
Oh, really?
Oh, I can't confirm or deny, but that seemed to be the.
He's a 2010 Dally M medal winner, Todd Carney, if I recall.
Yeah, played Origin, done about everything. So his play resumes now there. Nice hard run.
Yeah, that's number 4. He got the try handed to him before on the plate, Lachlan Bell.
35 metres out.
Having to get one of those again.
This is Woods. So Titans looking to just slow it down a bit, just play some good disciplined footy. Nice run up the middle there. That's going to be Kyle Bright into the hands of Jacob McCudden. And this will double the lead now for the Roosters. 20 points to 10.
Yeah, that was his second try. Was it McCudden or? Yeah, that was his second try.
Cannot confirm or deny that, Cal, I think.
Unfortunately there, Nicholas Morrissey, he just found himself in the wrong spot. Had the 5'8" on him, and it wouldn't surprise me if he comes off right now. They're putting the 5'8" back on, yep. Zach Beecher.
So this is sort of a shade of the Titans we got to see on the screens of Bar TV last season.
Oh, they look down and out at the moment. You look at them in the in-goals.
But take nothing away from this Central Coast Roosters team there. There's a lot of wealth of experience in these boys. As I said, Intrust Super Cup and SG Ball, they've done it all.
Does Jersey Flegg still exist? I haven't heard anyone mention Jersey Flegg for a while.
Yeah, well, I think, actually doing my research, I think there might be 1 or 2 players out here who played Jersey Flegg. Does that competition still exist or not? Or is it?
I don't really. I change it every year because remember he said the under-20s.
Might be what Harold Matthews Cup is now. I mean, don't quote me on that, but
yes.
So this is going to be kicked by Hannigan.
He's got it.
Adds the extras. 22-10. The Roosters over the Northern Rivers Titans. So they're looking good despite a caning in the Andrew Johns Cup. They're looking well to take 3 out of 4 of these fixtures.
Well, Beach has just got back on the field. He's the number 6 for the Titans, and that's what they need, a bit of ball playing.
So
he'll help. He's been very competitive.
So despite the fact that they've retained a majority of this championship winning squad, referring to the Titans, of course, that do lose. There's a few names out there that they lost some experience of, like the likes of Tane. Is it Tane? Have I got it right? Tane Robinson.
Tane
Robinson.
Tane Robinson. Yeah.
So he's no longer there, and then you've got Adam Coleman, who was actually the captain of last year's squad, and as well as Benjamin O'Gorman from Coogin, and he was the highest scoring under 23s player across the NRRL. Only Andrew Batiste was better than him overall. So,
well, the penalties are killing the Titans at the moment.
Yeah, so I think they're kind of just getting a little bit frustrated, the Titans.
I'd be frustrated too. It's 35 degrees. There's a penalty, but there's been a lot of penalties in this game. It almost looks like the referee might be levelling it back up. I doubt he would be. But look how deep the Roosters are. That's how you want to be when you're attacking.
So that's Lachlan Bell with it. He's going to be crunching the tackle there. Cale DePicker's there involved. So they're 25 metres out from the Titans line.
Wow, good tackle.
You'd think one more.
Let's go.
And it's going to be critical for the Titans. That's Hopwood. There, look at it. There you go. 2 tries is that 3 tries in the second half?
That's 3 already. They've come out with a great purpose, the Roosters, and that was put it down to was it Lachlan?
So whatever the coaches said to at half-time, it has certainly worked, because they are now starting to build up a bit of a decent lead, 26 points to 10.
Yeah, that was Tane Martin scored the try, but Connor O'Byrne, the 5'8", great work. Beautiful pass. And they've come out all guns blazing this half, the Roosters. Like I said, though, I'm not riding anyone off until we get to that drinks break. We're making a few interchanges now. They're going to bring back on Lachlan Perrin, the number 8 for the Titans. But I doubt he'll miss this kick, and they'll be in front by 18 points.
So Tane Martin, he plays his football for the Wyong-Roos. Last year's campaign, scored 3 tries. Also represented the Roosters at SG ball level as well.
He should have no problem with this. Kicked well this afternoon. Lachlan Hannigan it is, the number 7.
And to make it an 18-point lead with about maybe 30 minutes to go.
Yeah, 30 sounds about right.
So 28-10, Roosters over the Titans.
Yeah.
And I can see now that Lachlan Perrin about to come home for another. I think I saw him icing up his shoulder before, so yeah. I don't know if it's carrying an injury. I think they need to get some reinforcements out there, because they've starting to lose a bit of a grip in this game. Like, I mean, you look.
They must score next. There's no doubt about it.
Well, you're looking at the score at 28-10, Kevin. It's like, if you saw the portion of that first half, you would not think in a million years it'd be 28-10 to the Roosters.
Well, it was 10-all about 10 minutes ago.
They were in front 10-6. And then just from the moment where they, off that dropout where they kicked it right into the hands of, Lachlan Bell, they just never really recovered from that. Like, normally, like, silly mistakes like that do happen, and you'd think that, that's football, just move on to the next player. But I just think that might have affected the Titans mentally more than what we thought. Well, certainly more than what I thought they would.
Yeah, when they had all those penalties and didn't score, that does do a lot for your momentum and confidence.
But of course, take nothing away from the Roosters. They've just been a different team than what they were in the first half.
I think what really hurt them was that line dropout.
Yeah,
that was unforgivable.
So they got Lachlan Bell, he got a Christmas present in March, and that's another silly errors. And you can look at the enthusiasm there on your screens there. The Roosters.
Number 18 for the Titans is Brock Westerman, just came on.
But
yeah, the Roosters are killing them now, aren't they?
Picture speak 1,000 words, folks. You look at the Roosters, they know that they've got one foot in the door in this game, and the Titans, they don't know what to do.
Hands on hips.
It's a shade of that team that won the competition last year.
So having lost today, they can still possibly make semis.
I'm going to go brutally honest and say that I'm not sure how. Well, I know there's 2 games. I don't know how they decide finals from that. I knew last year it was basically a knockout competition.
How many teams are in the comp?
It's in the northern region, I think Parramatta's the only team that's not included.
Okay, so 5.
So I think hence why I thought Roosters are tying up with Monaro. So I think there's a bit of a conference game there. But I just overheard that was the case. But anyway,
we'll see how it pans out. Anyway, they look like they're about to go in for another one here.
You think if Roosters score here, this is game over. So through the hands, this is O'Burney. And if it's not mistakes, it's penalties that the Titans are conceding.
They've just been hammered this half with penalties, the Titans. I'm not saying that the penalties are unjust, but I'm just saying that the penalty counts about 5-0 to the Roosters this half. You just about almost go to 2 and just walk back, and he's taking the 2. They put him 20 in front.
Yeah, well, it'll be 20, so it's going to be more than 3 converted tries. So
just take your time and walk
civilised
back.
Decision.
It is 32 degrees out there, so I don't blame him for taking the 2 here.
That's a cool day in Lismore, like post-summer. I'd hate to think what it's 32 degrees when it's in Byron, because that's normally high 20s there, but you still feel it.
Yeah, well, where I live around Cabaretta, it never really gets to past 30, I find, because we're right on the water.
Well, that'd be the sea breeze.
Get the ocean breeze, yeah.
Because the nights do get cool here in Lismore. Like you get maybe 32 degrees out here, and then it's like 12 degrees at night.
This would be a good opportunity for someone to do what Ray Price used to do, where you stand and look at the posts, the praying mantis. What a legend Ray Price was.
Kick goes over. Nicely taken, 30 points to 10. The Roosters over the Titans.
And kicks it straight into Steve Roach. That tree is the best blocker.
Now, I think
of ball over the fence I've ever seen.
I might have been around for that one. I've seen the footage of it, but I think I was maybe about, well, I was only a baby at that point. And rest assured, none of the players you see out there would have been around, because of course being under 23, so players get back on the way. So the Titans all to do now to get their campaign back on track for their championship. Oh, but that was nicely tackled there by Robert Shepherd from Wollongbar, one of the new additions to this squad. This is Tommy Katai.
He's lost that.
Yeah, he's lost it. So that's pretty much the only thing that's gone wrong for the Coast in the second half.
Let's just hope that they can capitalise, even though they're down by 20. They score a try here, they're right back in it.
It's got to happen. It's got to happen quickly, Kev, because
once that drink break comes, it's all over.
Once the drink break in, everyone's gathered their momentum and thoughts, and so this will be Zach Beecher. In all fairness to Zach Beecher, this is his first game back on the Northern Rivers for a number of years now. He's got, as I said, he went and campaigned up in Queensland, southeast Queensland. Played just recently in Newcastle. So he's just getting a feel for the new competition. Well, like it would basically feel like a new competition for him. That was taken up by
Del Picker.
Into the hands. That's
number 8 there.
That's
Fisk. Not Fisk, sorry, that's Perrin. Yeah, Perrin.
So this is the third phase. They got numbers on the right, and that's going to be Kel Shiva.
He likes that step off the left foot, Kel.
So that's gone into the hands of. That's gone into.
Here's Kalani with the ball
Hansby.
Now. Goes back for the uprights, looking for support.
Nice run by Kalani Hansby. Normally he runs straighter than that and just takes out whoever he hits. This is Beecher. He'll be looking for a kick, and it's going to be well diffused.
No, it wasn't really. Yeah, he went to pick it up, and he did that trick where
that was right in my blind spot.
Where you kick it just as you pick it up.
So he dropped it, did he?
Yeah, he kicked it over the sideline.
Yeah, that's like
right. A scrum feed here to the Titans, and let's hope they can get some points on the board and make something of this game. So at the moment they're down by 20, and they still got a drinks break up their sleeve, and I still think they can win it, to be honest. That run of penalties.
You haven't been wrong on a lot of things today, Kev. So
haven't been right either, but still, yeah.
Well, you called that one. Was it back somewhat 4.5 hours ago? What was it in the Andrew Johns Cup game? The try scorer.
Jeez, you have a good memory if you can remember back that far.
I do my best, Kev. I do my best. This is now going to Shiva.
He's played good, Sheeta. He's a good halfback, no doubt about it.
So they're set up on the second phase, and
he's looking pretty well shipped there.
So they're set up really deep on the left side. They're opting for a forwards run. I could see that's Hensby getting into the hands of Hensby, and that's going to be Brock Westman from Kyogle. He's just going to be bowled over into touch. 20-metre restart for the Roosters.
He had a tough ask there, Brock Westman,
break,
to get that in.
There's
the drinks break. Happy days.
So is that game over now for the Titans because of the drinks break?
Oh, no, I think just about, yeah. But to Brock Westman, and then he was just a bit too upright. He was never going to score that try. He had 4 defenders to beat.
He had a decent go.
He did have a decent go.
Speaking of drink break, I'm out of water. So
You're all out of water.
Yeah.
Anyway, it looks like we're going to have a little 5-minute half-time break. Oh, no, we're not. It's only a 2-minute drinks break. It's very confusing, these drinks breaks. And the half-time's actually 10 minutes, so I was way off with both. I trust you've enjoyed this afternoon's coverage from the Country Rugby League and Bar TV.
We can't thank Bar TV and the sponsors SEL World and Anytime Fitness enough for getting aboard the country competitions.
Also like to make mention, I noticed the referees have got the Are You OK sponsor on their jersey.
Of course.
Have a friend who looks like he might be down or going through some tough times?
Yeah.
Yeah, only have to ask those 4 letters. Are you okay? They actually have an Are You OK day.
Yeah.
I can't believe no one's ever rang me. I'm just kidding. But yeah, don't be afraid to... mental health is a massive problem in society. And yeah, good to see the referees wearing the colours. Yeah. They've all done well today, the referees. There's the end of the drinks break.
Yeah, so...
And to our final stanza
now
of play.
Now, normally when they take those drinks break, would you say that's halfway through the half? So that's
it has to be halfway through the half.
So there's probably another 20 minutes.
To be honest, I think they're taking these drinks breaks a bit too seriously.
You're a hard man, Kev.
I'm just kidding.
You're an absolute hard man. Hey, we're under shelter and we've been affected by the heat. It's cooled down a bit though compared to the good breeze. As I said, I think the fog early this morning might have had a part in it. And once that sun goes, it bakes, and then it's good that we've got a bit of a breeze coming through too.
Yep. We're back into play now.
Back into play. So
there's Kessler. Kessler's had a strong afternoon. The number 12 jersey for the Roosters.
So he's got it on the 20-metre line. Oh, nicely tackled.
That's a great tackle. Who was that?
I think that could have been...
It was
12.
Ship. And Ship.
Michael Ship, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're just inside 40. Titans have done well to keep them deep inside the Roosters' half.
Jeez, he's a big boy, that 5'8" Connor O'Byrne for the Roosters. Have a look at him. He's just...
They're all big fellas.
He's made a lot of things look very easy this afternoon.
So this is Kai Hopwood. So they'll have one set inside the Northern Rivers half of field. They opt to kick, and it's going to be taken there by... Oh, it's beaten Reece Richards again.
Oh, that was just a nightmare.
I think... the result worked out well for the Titans. It'll be a 20-metre restart, but I think he tried to make a play at that.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That was like the ball that keeps down on the pitch.
Bit of a cricket analogy.
Yeah, all of a sudden, a bit of a cricket analogy.
So I think we covered most sports today. Our rugby league keeps on giving, doesn't it?
I like to leave hockey alone because it sounds like a swear word.
There's actually a hockey field there, not far from here too. So like Lismore's they do look after their sports. There's lots of good grounds around here. So there's about 4 or 5 just around in this vicinity, and then you go further more inland. And it seemed to recover well because I mentioned a call last year that the year before that was, and it was about this time 2 years ago, they had the bad floods around the Lismore area.
Well, that was unfortunate there. The Besgrove Kennedy combination finally come undone. Sorry to interrupt you there.
Yeah, sorry. I was just talking about how like a lot of those grounds, well, at least some of the grounds still haven't fully recovered from those floods even 2 years out. And I remember that ground over there, Richards Oval, just behind you there. That was basically Well, that, I don't know if you can see the clubhouse on the screen there, but that was up to, well, you can see the clubhouse, and then you see some windows. The water reached up to where those windows were.
Well, fair dinkum, that is. So we'd be just about underwater here.
Yeah, we'd be with the fishes, Kev. So.
Oh.
And you can assume what everything else around here would have been under. It was very devastating event. And
swimming with the fishes. You sure you weren't in the mafia?
But in all seriousness, it was very devastating event. Lismore's had a number of floods over the years, so hopefully...
That's why they've got these big metre rulings sticking out of the ground.
Oh, yeah, I could see
3 metre rulings.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're slowly getting towards the end of this game. The intensity's died off a bit. These scrums seem to take forever to pack and desist. Roosters win it. Goes to the giant 5'8" O'Byrne.
Nice pass. That's gone into Tommy Cat-Eye.
Whereas Potka comes in for some work.
Lost backwards.
End up in Cat-Eye's hand, yeah.
Referee says play on in the first phase. No, well cleaned up in the tackle. That was Kyle Kennedy.
Lucky Powers just he slipped over backwards.
Kyle Kennedy had an impressive game, Kyle Kennedy, in attack and defence, though giving away a penalty on this occasion.
Oh, I think it's not far off saying that the Roosters are looking pretty good here to win this one.
Well, if you just joined, it's 30 points to 10 to the Roosters.
They'd only be about 15 minutes on the clock.
They went out in straight sets in last year's competition, I said at the top of this game.
Just goes to show you how quickly things can turn around.
And if the scoreboard doesn't tell you on your graphics there, the mentality of the players out there certainly does. I can see how the Titans here, their hands on hips. It's frustrated, whilst the Roosters there looking a bit more chilled out.
Yeah, if I was going to, if any of these Titans boys got injured and I had to bring someone else into the squad, I couldn't speak high enough about Luke Toon.
Now they've moved the tent.
They're packing up the tents.
The Titans, well,
they're packing them up.
For me, that's a good thing because that was blocking my York game. So at least get 20 minutes of
20 minutes of clear vision.
Clear vision.
Yeah.
So anyway, though this player, it's now on the other side of the field. Yeah, they've taken down the other one too, Kev. So this is now going to be taken up by, I think that was...
that's Carty.
Tommy Carty, yes.
Yeah. It's been solid this afternoon,
Sorry,
Tommy.
I think that's Tommy Carty, no. Anyways, he's lost that.
Loose carry. He never had it, Powers.
So
never had it.
So this will be a scrum feed to the Titans, about 20 metres off their own line.
And they pack in for another scrum. They've had a few scrums and penalties in this game of football, no doubt about it.
So it's gone through the hands. I think that's Zach Beecher. Getting driven back in the tackle.
The intensity of the Roosters is
it's
all over him, isn't
it?
I
predicted this, Kev. Michael Dwayne's now playing in more of a locking second row role in the centre of field. It's where his bread and butter is, I mentioned, for Ballina. So I think they needed to get some more attacking numbers at the front. Well, that being said, though, you'd think it'd be too little too late at 30 points to 10.
Good run by Della Pica there. He's been solid
in the dying minutes
Titans.
of the second half.
Hey.
They get a piggyback penalty.
They get a penalty. Nice work. It seems to be the most common penalty, offside.
Well, this is... With that being said, too, Kev, this is first game for a lot of these players in the 23's. So.
Yeah. And it's a hot day too.
It's a hot day, so
they're the ones that you just sort of get a bit lazy, not want to get back all the way.
Just set off a little light bulb in my head with the Titans. Would you think that if this fixture, because last year this fixture was in the beginning of May, you reckon they've had a few more games to get rid of the rust, would they have been a different team than they are today, or is it just is what it is?
Yes. Well, I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
They're going in here.
There's Beach. It gets in the hands of Kalani Hensby. He's looking for a double, Kalani Hensby. So this is now going to be Bezgrove to play from dummy half. Picks across. It's going to go in the hands of Brock Westman.
Oh, wow.
Did he just absolutely spill that? Or did he?
I think he got it down.
He just got it down, Brock Westman from Kyogle. And you can probably feel there's some Kyogle Turkeys representatives and supporters in the field there because they went up for when he scored. So
it was quite entertaining.
13-14.
Besgrove put the kick through, and Westerman caught it with his right hand and his right buttocks cheek, and then managed to get the ball down without knocking it on.
It's a good
from
thing.
his buttocks cheek and his right
It's not a
hand.
good thing that tent went down when it did, because I wouldn't have seen that if that was the case.
Yes, well, they could have taken him down about an hour ago, actually. Nevertheless.
So this is going to be Kel Schiefer with the kick. And he's kicking into it now. The breeze is now coming from the south, so it's going to have it all to do to get this one over the blacktop. But I guess if anyone can do it, it'll be him.
Well, we saw how quickly the Roosters scored their 3 tries after half-time. Given that, I'm not riding off the Titans yet.
And that one's
That
unsuccessful.
kick would have been handy, though.
It would have been.
So now they're 16 points behind. Still need 3 tries.
3 tries. Can they do it?
Converted tries. So you pretty much want to score.
Pretty much
a set of 6 off
yeah.
the kick.
So I can just see a big bunch of Central Coast squads from the previous games about to
Yeah,
make that long journey back home.
Looks like they're off the Roosters, on the bus.
They got a big journey back.
Just got away from young Kyle McLean. What a gentleman.
Yeah, it was good chatting with him earlier. So they'll have a long road back to Central Coast. A few trips to McDonald's, no doubt.
Yeah, well, they won't be drinking on the bus, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Move 14! Here we are, guys.
That'll make the trip a bit longer.
So they get it just shy of the 40-metre line inside their own half a field. This is Besgrove. That's well played by Joe Besgrove to get it just another 15 metres on the fly.
He's a good number 9, Besgrove.
And
never seen him play a bad game.
So if any revival was going to happen, it's just went out the window with that penalty, Kev.
Yeah. We're just giving him a rap, and he just played the ball between his legs. That's one of those mistakes which are unforgivable, I find. The unforgivable mistakes in rugby league is playing the ball between your legs like that. If you're kicking for touch, not finding touch. If you get tackled over the sideline on the first,
that kick has some oomph on it.
No one likes letting in tries as well.
So as play resumes, that's going to be taken up there by Jacob McCudden.
He's been solid this afternoon, McCudden.
Through the hands.
So is this bloke, Woods. I think
Woods.
he's had a great game. He copped some hits, but he keeps going.
So they're about 25 metres away from the Titans line. One more will put it to bed. And they've just handed that one over. So a set of 6 beckons now for the Titans.
Yeah, well, that was great defence there from Besgrove. Got himself in between the passer and the catcher.
So that was Kyle Kennedy with the hit up. Through the hands of Besgrove. Through to Schiefer. Yep.
The ship.
Tell the ship Schiefer. And then he's just lost that forward.
Oh, well, it's got to that point where people are leaving the field. Officials are packing up. Players just looking for that whistle to blow.
Yeah. But what a long day of football for all involved, though. For us, our cameraman here, he's done a good job.
Yeah, the cameraman,
Yeah.
been quiet, Tim. He doesn't have a microphone, that's understandable.
All the players, referees and officials, it's been a great day of footy all round.
And the good news is it's only 1 hour drive home.
Well, yeah, with 45 minutes for myself, and certainly not the 2 hours it was getting back from Grafton last week. But it was, but that's country footy. That's
what you get.
That's part of the Guernsey, they say.
When they have the Adelaide Test match, back to the cricket. When they have the Adelaide Test match, they get all the farmers come in from the whole state in Adelaide.
And as the Roosters give away a penalty, I was just going to say, Kev, when I was chatting with a few of the folks at Grafton last week, and said I've driven 2 hours. They go, "What is that all?"
Heads, Dwayne.
Jeez.
Sorry, that was nowhere near. I thought.
No, they said, "What is that all?" So there's a lot of travel involved. I think
That's right.
Some people travel as far as 5 or 6 hours to come to those fields, and that's how it works in the country. So involved, mate. And another penalty.
They were all offside. I've never seen so many offside penalties in a game of football.
Yeah,
in my
it's
life.
been a few. It was a couple in the other games too.
I'm going to put it down to the Heat.
Yeah, the Heat can do funny things.
because it makes you that little. You don't want to take that extra step to get back.
So, and I think
Everything's
the referee's given I think that's Matthew Fist there a bit of a
That's
talk to.
O'Byrne, Connor O'Byrne, the big 5'8",
Okay.
biggest 5'8" since Terry Campese.
So, could this be the start of a revival though for the Titans? Time's not exactly on their side, so it's got to happen here. I think this is. We're almost talking last chance. We're going to talk about miracles.
That's Shepherd with the ball there. Yeah, we definitely need to try now.
So that right side's looking pretty promising. That's where Bezgrove's heading. Gets it off to the hands of Cole Kennedy up the centre. He's been looking close for tries. Got himself one in the final last year against Monaro.
He's a dead set workhorse.
Bezgrove into the hands of Cal Schiefer. Kicks across. Picks up his own kick.
Regathers.
And he's just shy, but they get a set of 6. There must have been a Roosters hand on it. So that's going to now be
That's Ship.
He's trying so hard to get over there, Matthew Ship.
He's had an excellent second half.
Sorry, Michael Ship. Apologies. So Beecher into the hands of that Robert Shepherd. And he might, we'd bet to say he's going to be held up. He's just short of the line. Into the hands. This is going to be Michael Ship again. He had Brock Westman on his right side, but he's going to go himself. Could this be the start of a revival for the Titans?
Kalani Hensby gets a double.
It's Kalani Hensby, and now look, there's now afters. We don't want to see this.
There's no punches being thrown there. They're all just holding each other's collars. They run in and say, "Can I just hold your collar for a second?
Yeah.
Can you hold my collar? Let's just hold each other's collars."
So the Heat's kind of playing from. Heat's having an effect at the end of the day too. They're actually playing in the hottest part of the day too. So
he has scored the try though. It's definitely a double for Kalani.
It is a double. So 30 points to 18. Sorry, I thought that was.
It looked like a 17.
Yeah, I thought it was Robert Shepherd.
Yeah.
Yeah, the referee's going to
definitely Kalani.
Take some authority here.
Well, I don't think I saw a punch thrown.
No.
It was just that the old let's run in and touch each other's jerseys. He's given him 10.
Who's he given 10 to?
That's the 5'8".
Well, there you go.
No, he must have thrown something.
Or he said something because there wasn't any punches thrown.
He was actually a contender for man of the match until he just got sent off there. So he's lost that. Lost that accolade.
Okay, well let's put it this way: when one goes on the other side. So let's see who goes here. This is Bezgrove. He's the captain.
Yeah.
Normally, when one goes from the other team.
Really?
That's sort of how, in most cases, that's the case. But he must have said something. There wasn't a punch thrown.
The ref's talking in Kel Sheever's swing. Wouldn't want to play golf with him. Yeah,
okay,
6 again.
So it must have been a verbal. Okay. Can only assume because I said the kick goes over. It's going to just go across the stripe. So you think it, like if you had got that kick in the next one, they would have 8 points. Then it would have been made pretty interesting. But still 30-18.
Yeah, that's unfortunate when you miss the kicks. It's 4 tries to. I think it's five tries to 4. So it's 5 tries to 4.
Well, Titans are certainly
down by 1 try.
Well, Titans are certainly coming home, the stronger team. Will it be enough? Not entirely sure.
2 tries in approximately 5 minutes.
So about 5 minutes?
Yeah, I reckon it'll be about 5. And don't forget, they've got one in the bin, the Roosters.
They do. 12 men they're going to play with for,
I dare say.
And that's costly for the Titans. You'd think with the ball rolling over the dead ball line, with it, it's hopes to get victory in this game.
I'm sorry, Westerman, but that was yours, buddy.
Yeah. I think they had a bit of the help of that northerly breeze coming over my left shoulder.
Yeah. Oh, they've gone the short.
Yeah, well, they've got no choice. They had to go to short.
Wasn't short enough, though.
Yeah, there wasn't exactly any chasing for it either. So that was that's probably any hope of the game gone begging now for the Titans.
Oh, good step.
Even 2 tries, and it would only be a draw. And the way Sheaf is kicking today, you don't think. No, the last 2 kicks. Well, I mean, more so with the win too.
That's going forward.
Getting 12 points out of that. So
It's been a good battle between the halfbacks today with Sheether and Hannigan. I think Sheether might have won that battle.
well, Shiva and Beecher are going to be a good
He's
combination if that is in fact the combination they go with
The Ballina.
in first grade. Yes.
I think you'll find Jamie Lyon have to play 5'8", wouldn't he?
Well, Jamie Lyon can also play centre. So
He might want to play lock at this stage of his career.
I mean, you cannot not have Zach Beecher and Kel Shiva. For me, you cannot have Zach Beecher and Kel Shiva. Zach Beecher is a big pickup. You cannot not have him in your starting 13. Not even on the bench. I think you've got to put them both in there, and Jamie Lyon could maybe just take one for the team, being the senior figure and maybe playing the centres. But that's just my opinion.
Well, I think Jamie Lyon, he should have played 15 more games for New South Wales and Australia. And he's quite a talent. He'll get the first.
I always didn't like it when Brisbane had to play Manly when he was playing the centre. Well, that's how I know he scored many good tries from centre. So
yeah, one of Brian Smith's biggest mistakes he made for the Parramatta Eels was letting him go, getting on his bad side.
So it's Lachlan Parra now with the hit up, taken just inside the 40 on their own half of field. This is now going to be Kyle Kennedy. So they got it inside Roosters half, where there may be about 2 or 3 players left. This is going to be Beach. It's going into the hands of Hansby. Well, good all legs tackle there. Fifth and last, now 30 metres out. Besgrove plays it, gets in the hands of Zach Beecher. Kick over the field.
Oh, nice.
Well kicked there by Zach Beecher. Taken in.
It was straight to the man.
Yeah, I think that's Lewis Sheen that's taken if is the fullback.
Yeah, Sheen's.
6, let him up.
Ball control, coach.
Holding. Wait 10, you're offside.
So now in the final stages of this game, been a long day out here at Lismore.
It was just go through the results of today. In the Andrew Johns Cup, we had a 52-0 win to the Central Coast Roosters. Oh no, it wasn't. Sorry, Northern Rivers Titans. Northern Rivers Titans in the SG.
Sorry, Laurie Daly.
Laurie
Cup.
Daly.
Yeah.
Has been a long day.
It has been a very long day.
Just getting the scorebook out.
Hello boys, here we are. Bring it back a bit.
Well, I could.
It was 34-16 in favour of the Roosters in the Laurie Daly Cup. In the ladies, we saw a score line of 20 points to 4 in favour of the Roosters. In this current game, as we look at the laser plumbing and electrical scoreboard, we see the Roosters winning 30 points to 18.
So it's 20 metres out from. Can they get something to take home with the Titans?
Kennedy looking for the offload, but just couldn't get it away. Besgrove, he looks to his left, gives it right.
Nice, just a nice hit up there by Nicholas Morrissey. So on the third phase of play, set for a deep right side, and a penalty to boot. So,
2.5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, so time's not going to be the friend of the Titans, but they might be able to take something into next week. This will be their first loss of the campaign in about 2 years. They went undefeated last year to go on to win the title. Here's Shiva
looking for support. Another penalty.
Another penalty
with 2 minutes on the clock.
And for the amount of offside penalties for both sides, I'm
ridiculous.
I'm surprised it's been kept to 13 men for as long as it has, because this has been a.
I've never seen so many offside penalties in a game.
The referee's been busy dishing out penalties, and rightfully so. Besgrove, Beecher, Shiva, Richards. It's a bit of a Ballina combo.
Nice bit of commentary there, Dwayne. You've hit your straps.
Saved my best till last, mate, after about 6 hours on the mic today. I didn't think I'd still have it. So, 5 metres out. It was a bit of a royal flush there of Ballina back line. Just nearly. So that's Beecher, cut out pass. It's gone into the hands of Robert Shepherd. Oh dear, he's just lost it over the line, Robert Shepherd.
Well, the Roosters bench and coach and training staff are all happy with that. They're celebrating. They deserve the win this afternoon.
So,
there has been a lot of penalties, but the Roosters, I think, have been the better team of the two.
So 10 metres out. And Roosters won't be trying anything too silly. They'll just run this clock down. They can go back down the Pacific Highway with 3 out of 4 wins in their pocket. And the penalty will see it through.
Doesn't mean that convincing, this win. Like it's 5 tries to 4. It was that line dropout, I think. That was the turning point.
Well, when the Roosters did play well, they played better than when the Northern Rivers played in their patches.
Well, those 3 tries back-to-back after half-time.
Exactly.
That was the nail in the coffin,
well, that's literally
really.
what did it. So that's, 16, 18 points, margins at 12th, and that's certainly going to
this one's coming out.
This one
late.
is coming for me.
Wow.
And this
There
will be
it
the
is, that's
final
all she
play of the
wrote.
game.
It's
I
murder,
think
she
the
wrote.
Roosters, I'll be surprised they even run this. I'll just take it and kick it out. They'll get back on the bus, back down.
They're actually they're going to have a play here.
No, they just want to go home. That's it. Well done to the Central Coast Roosters. 3 out of 4 wins today in the match day here at Crozier Oval in Lismore. Kev, it was 6 hours of commentary. I was going into it thinking how we're going to fare out. We got there.
Oh, you did a great job.
How did you enjoy today?
I thought that was a great game of football. Looking at it, it's really hard to pick the man of the match because I'd probably lean towards someone from the Rivers, but they just got done. So I'm going to give it to I'll give it to Lachlan Bell.
And of course, the other one that you said you were going to pick up from the Roosters actually then got sent off for 10.
Yeah.
So, can't really give it.
Yeah, he went Connor Byrne, but he got sent off. So yeah, I'll stick with Lachlan Bell. I thought he played well. He's the one that scored that gift of a try.
And so then that now puts the end to marathon 6 hours of football today, Kev. So next time we're back in the box, will be then for the NRRL. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. And it wouldn't be the first time I've not shut up for 6 hours. So I'm happy to have obliged. Thank you, Country Rugby League,
yep.
for supporting us, and the Roosters. Good luck with next week and your campaign, and hopefully the Titans can turn things around and maybe pick up 1 or 2 more Raiders players.
So their next assignment will be down in Armidale against the Greater Northern Tigers. So that wraps things up here at Crozier Oval in Lismore. So full time in the under-23's fixture. It was the defending champions Northern Rivers Titans down 18 to the Central Coast Roosters 30. From all the team here from Country Rugby League, Bar TV, Kevin Ferrugia, I'm Dwayne Neville. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing you all a marathon day of football. Until next week, we'll see you then.